Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to the 2021 Year in Review episode, where we recap all the top stories from the past year. It's been a wild ride for the Blacklisted Gaming podcast, and we look forward to another amazing year with you guys. If you do enjoy these episodes, please like and subscribe to the channel to see the new episodes that come out every Wednesday morning. Also, be sure to check out all the social links, to include the website, on all the links down below in the description, and stay updated on all the new content and events that we have coming down the road. Join us on Discord. Stay updated on everything, including the streams that we do on Twitch. I want to thank you guys for your support, and I'm really excited for the road ahead, and here's to 2022. Now, enjoy episode 75 of the Blacklisted Gaming podcast. Welcome in, everybody! It's New Year's Eve! Hey!
Betty White died today.
I know.
I know.
Big sad.
Fucking Betty White checked out.
We had to get the depressing news out the way first.
It is New Year's Eve, everybody. By the way, this is a live podcast episode, so we are also recording. Oh shit, I am not recording. Whatever, I can download the VOD. Fuck it. No.
Starting off 2022 on a good note.
It is not 2022 yet.
No, it's not.
Yeah, but this is coming out
2021.
on everything else other than Twitch in
Well,
2022.
you know what?
I fucked up. Whatever, I could download the VOD and edit
attach it.
and attach it and make edits
It's
from
fine.
that. So don't worry.
It's fine.
It's
We're
fine.
fine.
We're fine. This is good. We're fine.
We're fine.
Anyway, so just so you guys know, it's going to be the same thing how it is for the YouTube. As it was last podcast episode that we did that was live. We're not going to be able to engage with chat until the very end. So what we're going to do is, this is 2021 in review. We're going to talk about...
we could. We're just ignoring you guys.
We're going to ignore you guys until the very end. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to
I'm
interact with
watching.
chat at the very end. So we got Alicia over here, the lovely Alicia. She's moderating the channel right now. So... That's just essentially how that's going to go. So don't think that I'm ignoring you, but essentially I am.
Yeah,
I am until the end. So
absolutely think that you
for the
are.
sake
Just
of
know
for sake of the fact that once we've done live episodes where we've tried to engage with chat before and it was a fucking mess.
Fucking terrible. We're already squirrel enough. We can't.
So for those that don't know, whoever's on the podcast, this is Doc. This is one of my co-hosts here.
If you don't know me already,
This actually might be one of your last episodes.
don't depress
is
me
the
like
last
that.
episode.
How dare you? I still have a few more weeks.
Do you?
Yes.
You want to close that door behind you, please? And then over here we got Alicia. This is my lovely lady Alicia. She's the best.
Lovely lady.
I love her so much.
I want to be in the middle of this.
Why? What's wrong? What do you mean you don't want to be
You're
in the middle
not
of
in
this?
the middle.
What do you think we're gonna do? Start making out?
Do it. I want to see how this would work.
Being that it is New Year's Eve, we're gonna crack open a beer from my sister's brewery. One of us.
One of us.
And our noggin. So this is called Tip.
Just a tip?
It's called Tip to Tip. This is an IPA. My least favorite beer.
Oh, you don't like
course it
those?
is.
Oh, yeah, you don't like those.
I actually saw a TikTok recently that was talking about like every person that ever drinks an IPA, like they started drinking it,
Like-
and then they turn into a hipster.
It's so good.
It's
It's
like,
so
oh,
good.
all they drink is IPAs. He started
I
sniffing
love
it. Towards the end, he had his
pint
nose like in the drink, and it smells like melon berries. So, yeah, that's kind of like how it went. Yeah.
I choked on my own spit.
Did you choke on the tip?
Mm-hmm.
Choked on the tip of the beer. Yeah, sure. I guess you could say that. So, when it comes to topics, there are none except for one, and that was one that we forgot to mention last week on the recent episode.
The whole podcast is just one giant topic today.
The topic is we're going to review the last year. So,
By the way, Brock planned for none of this.
I didn't plan for any of this. I was just honestly, I was just kind of roll with it. We're going to talk. We're going to just discuss all the things, like all the events that happened from last year. I have a pretty decent memory with things.
Other than Activision.
I mean, besides Activision pretty much was the longest running topic for the entire podcast for majority of the year because they just can't seem to keep themselves out of shit.
Speaking of long running, I don't know when it like fell off, but there was a time where for like 6 months, all we were talking about was loot boxes. And then we never fucking heard of loot boxes ever again.
Because people, like, everyone's said loot boxes are bad. And
now it's just NFTs.
Now it's NFTs, which is essentially the new loot boxes, the loot boxes of the coming years. I'm still caught up on the fact that Betty White's dead.
I know. I would have totally fucked Betty White.
I mean, she was a fucking icon, man. Like,
Legend. She's old. She was older than sliced bread.
she really was older than sliced bread. She was going to turn
Oh, yeah.
100 in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that was the
17th.
saddest part.
And it's like she checked out before 2022, which is, and for me, this is
I bet it was COVID.
This is a bad omen.
They're not saying why she died.
They're not saying why she died.
It was natural causes.
I mean, at 99,
I mean,
Everything
yeah.
is natural causes. Yeah.
everything is
Yes.
natural causes. Like,
Sure.
you are definitely knocking on death's door at that point. So I mean, it was a matter of
She
time.
made it a long ass time.
I feel like she
Honestly, it was a
sleeping
matter
with
of
that.
time before
this
we lost this legend. So it is what it is. and it
I'll
be
never
what
get
it
my
be.
chance with her now.
Nope,
No.
it's too late.
It's depressing.
Also, with the just so you guys know, this is the podcast format. So if you do any follows or any formats, if you do any follows or any subscriptions or hosts or raids, there will not be an alert in it. We will recognize it. Well, Alicia being the mod, she'll recognize it in chat. So
It's a lot of pressure.
got it.
yeah, it is a lot of pressure.
Under pressure.
So the one topic that we do have is the one that we forgot, which is the Microsoft's Xbox 360 Red Ring of Death, when they finally explained why it was causing what was causing the Red Ring of Death.
I didn't read the article simply because I was hoping you were going to talk about it in the last episode, and I was just let down.
Yeah, I'm really sorry.
I'm
really sorry.
about as let down as the people that got the Red Ring of Death.
Which, by the way, was 1 in 4 people that had a 360.
I did get to that part. I did hear that part.
Which is a lot. That's a lot. So every 4, out of 1 in 4 people that bought a 360 got a fucking Red Ring of Death.
You said like two of yours did it.
2 of mine did it. Yeah, 2 of mine did it. And
How long in the how long was the average time until it would do it?
the first generation 360s, they pretty much Red Ring of Death within months.
Wow.
And then the next time you got it like the second time around was probably about a year or 2.
That's not terrible.
That's not terrible, but it's still not great.
Yeah.
I mean,
loved
the
PlayStation.
PS4. The PS4s had like a recall on them because the HDMI ports were poorly installed.
I
And
think mine is still the original.
mine was. I actually needed. Well, my PS4 was the original. I had my OG PS4 from the day that it came out up until about a year and a half ago. I had to replace it because the HDMI port went, and I made the stupid mistake of every time that I went to somebody's house and brought my PlayStation, I left the HDMI cable plugged into it.
You know how I got my PlayStation
What?
and my first game? I literally sold my body to science. I sold so much plasma.
I was.
I'm sorry. I sold my time.
I sold my body for a game console.
I thought you meant you did.
I was
you were
hoeing? I was being a hoe?
prostitute, Yeah.
No. I did that for free. As you guys
It's a
know.
miracle that you didn't catch anything.
I know, right? Or have any kids. I'm like an anomaly.
Well, we did discuss that in one of our episodes. Actually, it was our first ever
never had any
recorded episode.
legitimate kids.
That was, you did believe that the child was yours for the longest time. So
The whole time?
the whole time. But
I
anyway,
heard that in the headphone.
so here's what we're going to talk about. Let's dive into the Microsoft thing first. Now that we're here,
Let's get the one topic out the way.
Yeah.
let's get our one topic out of the way.
The only Xbox I ever owned was the original.
Okay, which one?
The first one. The
I
original.
had the Xbox 360.
GameSpot talked about it. So anyway, the official Red Ring of Death poster is now. Oh, this is about the poster because they did sell the poster, and then it was not long after that.
They sold a poster?
They have a poster for the Red Ring of Death now. What the
Wait.
hell is this? Is this an ad?
What is it? Well, the ads are just getting bigger and bigger.
I know. So the Xbox reveals what caused the Xbox 360 Red Ring of Death.
You know, while we're in year of review, because it's going to happen again during this podcast, I can guarantee it.
What?
My all-time favorite clip that we've done is the one where we were making fun of your speaking.
Oh God, yeah. I'm waiting.
It's
I'm
so
waiting.
hilarious. I die every time.
I'm waiting.
Every time I see, like, the editing on it was phenomenal, by the way.
Thank you.
Like, it was so good. Like, when we're just both let's go back laughing, it was priceless. It was perfectly timed.
I
One
know.
of my favorites.
So, for gamers of the Xbox 360 era, the Red Ring of Death was nothing short of a nightmare. Its dreaded appearance signaled the console owner that it was no longer operational. While video game systems have always had issues at launch, the Red Ring of Death was distressingly common.
Distressingly.
It was very common. In fact, the Red Ring of Death almost made it to where Microsoft could no longer make Xboxes.
Wouldn't know how
It
to
was
post
like they had their choices were to either they basically gambled put a gamble on the fact that they invested a lot of money in fixing the Red Ring of Death and hope to reestablish the goodwill with all the
I'm
customers.
sorry for those of us who don't know what the Red Ring of Death is.
So for those that don't know what the Red Ring of Death is,
If you don't know what the Red Ring of Death is, you're
never
too
happened.
fucking young.
So if you had an Xbox 360,
I did.
okay,
Why?
did you ever have a time where you tried to turn it on and then you had a red ring around the power button and it no longer worked?
I feel like
So they're just, and that's how it would happen. So you would be playing one day, everything would be fine. You turn it off for the night. You know, you power it down because at the time there was really no like internal way of powering down. You just hit the button. And maybe the 360 did have a way of doing it from the controller. I don't know.
Cheers, by the way.
Cheers!
Happy New
Happy
Year.
fucking New Year.
Yes.
When we finish off the episode, we're gonna do a shot of Fireball. So
There we go.
Yeah, I know. So anyway, so what happened was when the Red Ring of Death, you would get this by when you went back to your Xbox 360 and powered it on to play it, and instead of it powering up, it would power up, and you get this red ring around your Xbox power button, and they call it the Red Ring of Death. That meant your fucking Xbox would toast.
It died.
It just died. And it
actually-
explains what happened in this.
R.I.P.
So Microsoft would replace these broken consoles at no cost to the owner, but the company never offered an official reason for the issue.
Wait, whoa, they replaced them at no cost?
Yeah.
I feel like that was not advertised like it should have been.
Probably not.
No, I mean, no, it definitely wasn't. That is until now. In the 5th chapter of the new documentary Power On, the Story of Xbox, Todd Holmdel, Xbox's former head of hardware, explained that connectors would break inside the system when switched too quickly from hot to cold. So essentially, when you powered it off, it would cause the transfer, the heat transfer would break the power system.
Wow.
So all these people love playing video games, so they would turn this thing on and then off. And when it would turn on and off, you get all sorts of stresses, said Holmdel. As stressful as the problem was for most fans, the issue might have been even more stressful for Xbox. The documentary shows clips from several news stories at the time in a way that it impacted public perception. Former Xbox boss Peter Moore revealed that the Red Ring of Death nearly destroyed the brand. By the time we looked at the cost of repairs, the lost sales that we factored in, we had $1.15 billion problem. Fortunately for fans, Steve Ballmer, then CEO of Microsoft, provided the necessary funds to keep Xbox afloat when all hope might have been lost.
If they weren't a Microsoft company, they would have absolutely
Well,
been
Microsoft
fucked.
also wasn't where they are now at the time. Because the 360 was the first true next-gen console along with the PS3. And Xbox 360 was definitely superior over the PS3.
Next gen when it comes out. But
Right, but I mean, this was like this is like from PS2 and Xbox to 360 and PS3 was the first big leap in
What was
console
that, like,
technology.
06?
Yeah, 06,
Like
07, somewhere around that. Yeah,
I mean, Microsoft was pretty well established. At
they
that
were
point.
well established, but when it came for the Xbox was like,
No, but I'm saying if they weren't a part of Microsoft, they would absolutely fucking died.
oh yeah, for sure. So, in the documentary, former marketing lead Albert Pinello, yeah, I said that right, says that Xbox employees can laugh at some of the issues that plagued the company in the past, but after all these years, nobody laughs at the red rings. It's somewhat difficult to square that statement with the fact that the Xbox Gear Shop is now selling a Red Ring of Death poster. But maybe
It sounds like a butthole.
what?
Red rings. That's what
It does.
What kind of butthole is a red ring?
I don't know.
I don't know.
reminds
You're
me
the
of.
one that shaved him before.
Yeah,
Red ring?
I knew a guy there was a guy in AIT that shaved his asshole for his wife and cut his asshole.
I feel like we've talked about this.
Yeah, we have.
There's
Yeah,
no way we
and
haven't.
then he like bled throughout the barracks.
Yeah, we've definitely talked about that.
He was
Like,
like
how bad?
Oh, he cut his asshole like wide the fuck open.
It looked. I mean, it looks.
Well,
like
the thing
a
is
lot,
also
but
when you cut your asshole,
Well, it bleeds.
it
like
does
crazy.
bleed like crazy.
because one, it's superficial, and two, there's a lot of
Blood vessels down there.
down there, capillaries and everything. so-
Right. So, like he bled from the shower all the way to his room. There's like a trail of blood down the hallway. We had to clean it up. It was disgusting.
Man, this
We're like, what happened? He's like,
blood.
He's like, I cut my asshole shaving, and I'm like, why are you shaving your asshole? He's like, I did it for my wife, who ended up divorcing him anyway. So
You know,
She
this-
wanted to eat his butt.
the groceries.
That's why.
They said that nobody's laughing. It's not true. PlayStation people were laughing.
Well,
Sony
of
was
course.
laughing.
Absolutely,
So
Sorry, side note.
I was laughing.
it's hard to imagine anyone from the era wanting that poster, but at least fans can say things have gotten better over the years.
Does it show the poster?
I could find the poster.
Finish the article. There's like
Yeah,
a fucking
there's
paragraph
almost
left.
done.
Don't do this.
No, that was the article. It was basically saying that like, what are your thoughts of Xbox and shit? That's all that paragraph was. All right, so here's the poster.
Is that what it actually looked like?
Yeah, that's what the
Why would you promote that?
Red Ring of Death. That's what it says at the very bottom. It said Xbox is deep into the 20th anniversary celebration. While Microsoft has given a lot of attention to the highlights of its past, it's also not shielded away from the darker moments. Case
It's
in point,
embracing
Shied.
its.
He shied away.
it's essentially, they're like, hey, let's check this out.
They're making fun of their own mistakes.
I'm just making fun of Brock's mistakes.
Check this out. It said a 2009 study of console failures found that nearly a quarter of 360s saw errors compared to the 10% of PS3s and 2.7% of Nintendo Wii's. 10, a quarter. That's a lot. That's 25% of the fucking Xbox 360s failed.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty significant.
That is huge.
Did you see that the Switch is on track to become the most popular?
I believe
Nintendo
it.
console?
I believe it.
I believe it.
Apparently, the Wii is their current most popular. That blew my fucking mind, honestly.
Well, I mean,
I
the
still,
Wii had
Who has a Wii?
That's what I'm exactly.
at that time. Everybody had a
well,
Wii.
obviously, yes, I had one, but
I
when
had
it
a
first
Wii,
came out,
and I never played it, but I had a Wii.
yeah.
See, the Nintendo
but
Wii,
now-
the Wii was like, it was basic. It was his own thing, and it didn't really have like, it was all straight like how every Nintendo game's all Nintendo titles.
Yeah.
So
I feel like the Wii.
I feel like the Wii was the first console that had like the magic. I was like,
I think it
fucking
was, yeah.
wands and shit.
I was so mesmerized. I was like, how does it do it?
I think that, in my opinion, the Wii was like the PSP, where it was super advanced for its time. People just weren't ready for it yet
no.
Yeah.
to truly accept it.
So let's discuss our year in review, guys.
The whole year.
2021. So I didn't even do a year in review for 2020 because there was like a period of time between.
Yeah, because that was still in your time where you weren't podcasting.
We took like a 6-month break from podcasting, and it was like the last episode we did was an episode where me and the fucking guys were just we were doing it remotely and trying to audio record and play games at the same time.
You told me about that one, and I've to this
I
day
feel
not
like your
listened to it.
quality has infinitely gotten so much better.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's because
I
I
mean,
put in a lot of work
in
to make sure.
2021.
Oh yeah.
Shit, I'm not hunched over the fucking couch on the coffee table anymore with a mic
With that
stand.
green ass couch.
Like
Yeah.
looking over at Brock
still
over here,
have it.
like, oh man.
So the podcast got revived ever since I met Doc, and I met Doc through Regiment. Those guys, and so when it came down to 2021, when it comes to the podcast, this was like, I want to say 2021 was a very revolutionary year for the podcast
yes.
in many ways. I met more people through the podcast. The community, the listener base has grown significantly, especially with Regiment.
True.
I met Doc. Doc was like, "Oh, you do a gaming podcast? Sure, I'd like to be in it, I guess." I'm like, "Yeah, fuck it. You live pretty close. Let's go. Let's do it." And my first episode back on the podcast after 6 months was his first episode.
That was back in March.
March.
Was it March? That's what I thought.
So I had one mic boom, and that I was using for streaming and playing and recording, and I had the rest of the stuff which I usually use was a mic stand to hold the microphone, and he had to basically like hunch over, and we were on this like super old couch.
It's a fucking tiny microphone stand too.
But the first video recording of the episode that I ever did was a stream, and then that was it was what it was. Sitting right next to each other on a couch, all super close and weird.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
it was fun though.
It was
It'd have
fun.
been weird. So like I remember with the first couple of lives that we did, we were still next to each other.
Yeah. And I also didn't know how to handle a live episode compared to now, where it's like I was
just
like,
ignore everybody.
I was doing it like a stream, and I was like, I can't do that because it's
That's what
really
I was
bad for
afraid
the
of.
listeners.
It
the whole
was
time I was
so
like, I know
long.
how this is gonna go.
The episodes were enormous.
That was another thing that I started doing ever since making the video recordings was like I was short. I've been making shorter episodes. I've been trying to keep it within 2 to 2.5 hours instead of 3 or 4 hours. Because before I'm like, we're just gonna fucking go until we don't want to go anymore, and that was a mistake.
The 6 months, we're like, all right, we're gonna make this one
Not
shorter.
even 6 months. Since the first day of me ever podcasting in February of 2019, which is wild to think about that we're coming up to the 3-year mark now.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Wow. I had to think about that.
And it's funny because most people that start podcasts, they usually quit within months. And here I am 3 years in.
Well, especially if
3
they do
years
it by
in, and we're
themselves.
still not episode 100 yet.
If they do it by themselves, I can absolutely see that.
Oh, yeah.
We're not at, this is episode 75.
That's right.
We're close to 100. 2022, we will hit 100.
Oh, and this is a great episode to have for the 75th. The year in review. What's the 75th anniversary usually? Like
I don't know.
the diamond or something?
I have no
Are
idea.
you expecting like a ring or something?
Maybe.
Fuck you. If anyone's gonna, there's only one person in this room that is gonna ever see a ring.
Could
And
have
it
been a
ain't
cock
you.
ring.
Could be a cock ring. You never know.
That is true.
So 2021 was a very revolutionary year for the podcast.
I still
started-
think the Ho Yeah episode is definitely like my top 3 still.
Is it?
Oh yeah, that one was fucking hilarious.
So we
It was like the second one I was on, I think.
we also changed this game room to be more of like a recording and streaming space with the help of Alicia. And I got to highlight you. You were a very big highlight for my year.
Well, yeah.
2021 was a rough start for me.
Hashtag I was there for it.
He was there for it. So 2021, if for those that don't really know about my history and stuff, 2021 was the very beginning. I was coming out of a 9-year relationship.
Fuck
And-
that bitch.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, like at the time I was like, fine, I kind of went through like this whole, I don't know what my next move is going to be. And, and then I was hoping one day that the universe would bless me with someone like her. And it did. And like,
It did.
I couldn't have asked for like meeting you was probably the best thing to ever happen to me. And I mean that. I truly do. Like you are my top highlight of 2021. Having you in my life, I got this super gorgeous gamer girl in here that like supports my hobbies, supports everything that I'm doing with the podcast, with the streams, all that shit. Like you're the best. And Doc, stop rolling your fucking eyes.
I didn't do anything.
I'm looking at you.
Just don't listen to any episodes before your first one.
Why?
The ones where you were like on the dating app, like, what about this one? Like while we're recording.
I will definitely have to go back.
It's
That'll be
pretty funny because there was the one that we Snapchatted and we told her we were like, fuck you, bitch, trying to get
Oh
money.
yeah, she's like
She was
trying to
like
get
a
money. She's like sending me pictures of her
premium
tits, and she's like,
Snapchat or
premium
whatever.
Snap. I'm like, oh, you're one of those. It was
Dang.
fucking,
That was funny. That one was
yeah,
funny
that
because
was-
I remember
that was funny.
there's a few after you. I think it was still before you came on though. That he would talk about you while we were still live, and that shit's funny as hell because it's still cringe, but you'll be like, oh.
Oh no, I told him the other day I wish he had like recorded his streams.
Oh, when I first
From
met
the-
her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I first ever
Literally,
like started
'cause
talking to her.
I think I don't know. It was like I don't know if it was before the first day. Because he told me about his stream and podcast.
Yeah,
So
because that was how I first interacted with you was through
Yeah.
the stream.
So one of the first streams, it was like, and he didn't know I was watching, and he was like, "Guys, I have a date tomorrow. She's so pretty."
I could just see you posting
She's like,
that little
oh,
that little emoticon like, hey,
Hey.
hey.
how long have you been there?
You know, when you followed my Twitch, I pretended I didn't know that was you, but I knew that was you.
So just slick right there.
Yeah, Loyalites. I'm like,
Appreciate
Loyalites,
it.
thanks for the follow. How'd you
Oh
find me?
yeah.
And in my mind, I'm like, oh shit, that's her.
That me. Yeah.
I knew it was you.
Well, obviously.
The first episode you were on, still that's absolutely one of my favorites too, because that was
Where I was fucking
we had to
hammered?
convince you so hard
I was drunk.
to be on the episode.
Oh.
Eventually you were.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Well,
And
yeah,
there's
because
a-
I didn't want to be on it.
There's a point where you can out. It's like it takes a
It was
turn,
like a switch.
and you're
The
and it's
shift in your sobriety.
oh
was-
yeah.
I
I think it was like
was
she
drastic.
went up to go to the bathroom or something, and she comes down, and
Said-
you're like, she's
I don't
fucking
know.
drunk.
And then you just were like, you were kind of just like laying on my shoulder, and then you got up, took your wine with you, and I'm like,
Bye.
you didn't even say bye. You just went upstairs and laid in bed.
Her mouse died.
Her mouse died.
Hey, that was a highlight.
Our first time
That was pretty
playing
good.
video games together, she played Warzone with us, and she.
Number one, I hate Warzone, so I was just
So do
doing
I.
it for you.
I know you were only playing it for me, and
I was.
I greatly appreciate that.
I tried.
But she was playing Warzone, and then she was inside of a bus, and she's like, "My mouse is fucked up. My mouse is broken," and she wasn't moving. I'm like, "All right, we'll cover you," and then
And then just silence.
and there's silence. And
The game went on.
and I'm like, "You there? Hello?" The gas is closing in. We're just sitting inside of an airplane just at fucking airport waiting for her to come back, and
She was
never,
super drunk, by the way. We knew she was drinking.
She never came
That was
back.
margarita
Never.
night.
And then I was all freaked out. I'm like, guys, is this her way of ghosting me?
Oh yeah, he called me after the stream and he was like, "Bro, I'm gonna be so pissed if this is her way of just ghosting me."
you?
And I'm like, "I've ghosted people before. That's not how this works.
No.
It'd be creative, but that's not how this works.
Right.
You're not just gonna be like, I'm gonna go off and then just stay in the lobby for one."
So I'm gonna remind those that are just joining the podcast right now. This is a live episode. We will not be able to interact with you until the very end, just like the last time we did a live episode. So
Yeah, fuck your comments.
If you're in here and you're hanging out, no, not fuck your comments.
Aw,
Fuck you.
Comments.
Alicia will message you and acknowledge your
I'm not gonna
existence.
argue
But
you
we
know?
won't be able to talk to you and interact with you in chat until after. And also, by the way, just to circle back to what we said before, there are no topics, so we're just kind of recapping the whole year.
It's like a circle.
It's like a
It's
circle.
like a circle. You
Um,
go around and you
So
keep going
also
around.
in 2021,
Well, to be fair, we gotta tell everyone. She said her mouse broke, but in reality, there was nothing wrong with her
nothing
mouse.
was
No,
wrong with
there
her
was
mouse.
nothing.
There was something wrong with
I
her. She
literally
was hammered
got
and she
up
went to bed.
and roll
And lay the fuck
like my
down.
bed was like this close to my desk.
She laid
so I turned
down,
around and just
actively was like, "I'm gonna leave these guys in the game and just go lay down and tell them that my fucking
And
mouse
we
isn't
all were
working."
like, we got to leave her in the gas. And then we just left. Then we ended up losing anyway. And then I waited for you. And then I kicked you.
I
'Cause
thought
like,
she was like, you fell asleep in your chair.
oh
I was
no.
like, she was drinking.
No.
Maybe she just
passed
I
out
did-
in her chair.
I did turn around and
no. She
Wait.
consciously
Yeah.
went to go lay down. She straight up lied to us.
Drunk Alicia does not say bye to anybody.
no.
Facts. She did the
No.
same thing on the episode.
She doesn't
No.
even acknowledge existence.
No.
So she just fucking
I just let
lays.
them leave.
Like the first episode that she was super drunk on. We were just like, where did she go?
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
I went to
Where did
bed.
she go?
You
Did
know,
her
when
mom-
I'm tired,
I think I said it too. I'm like, did her mouse
out.
die?
Did her mouse die? No. It's like the lights were off. And
yeah.
Who is here? Are
I
people
hope our
here?
dogs aren't fighting.
They're humping each other.
That's some what?
They're humping each other.
That's some rough
You hear
fucking
that?
sex.
That's humping.
No, it's not.
On a fucking
that's-
bed.
No, I don't. That's
Our
some
dogs
rough,
are
that's-
upstairs having the fucking.
They're getting it in. I guess.
I just hope that they're not fighting each other.
I mean, I guess I'm sure there's homosexual dogs.
No. Her dog tries to hump mine for dominance, but he's like blind and deaf, and my dog is like, "What are you doing?" And he hates it.
Well, one could be gay. You never know.
Yeah, who knows? So another thing, to recap on 2021 was
Was there
I-
penetration?
my introduction to Regiment, which, by the way,
It wasn't through me.
no, what do you mean it wasn't through you? It was through you.
Yeah.
I found Regiment from you.
No, you didn't.
How did I not?
We met when you were already in regiment.
Who introduced me to Regiment then?
We had this discussion before. It was somebody on Twitter that you know that was like sharing it or something, and then you
Oh
joined.
no! Somebody came into my chat. They were part of MVG
Yeah, that might have been it.
and that. And you know what? I actually haven't seen him in a long time. I
Yeah, we talked about that too.
So I don't know where the fuck he went. But yeah. So he
I did your onboard brief
yes.
back when
my
that was a thing.
onboard
I'm
brief.
so glad it's not a thing, but
But you did introduce me to my first Irreverent Warrior hike.
Woo.
So I've
that
got
I did.
2021. I got more involved with the veteran community by doing these IW hikes, and then now I am. it
Now
has a-
regiment's gonna be a bigger part of IW hikes.
yes, it is.
Hey,
Yes,
you're
it
a
is.
mod now.
Not yet.
Well, not officially, but...
So there's going to be it's not officially announced yet, but I figured I might as well say it here now. I've been accepted as a mod with Regiment.
Woo!
Yay.
Only like the third time.
It only took 3 tries and
only
it
took
took 6
long.
months.
Yeah.
Third time's a charm.
Yes.
But
I think they just wanted to see if you were legitimate.
if
Or
I,
like
if
how,
I was really
how dedicated you were.
Well, I mean, they did bring on people the last time that he had openings.
I don't fucking know who they are. I think they
and-
fell off already.
They did. Persky said she got rid of all of them.
Yeah.
Because they joined
They
in as
just
mods and
didn't
then
do
they didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And she's like I was like I applied on that during that. She's like, you did? And I was like, yeah. I've been trying to be. I said, this is my 3rd application. And she's like, oh shit.
Yep.
And it really didn't take much for her to say you're in.
Yep.
So
I think the only ones that have been modded, I'm one of the few that have been modded the longest. And I brought Boiler on.
can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I brought him on back when we were still doing because Griffey brought me on. I don't even think he's modded anymore.
I don't think he is either. A lot of the OG mods aren't around anymore.
Well, he was staff, but he's also an active duty officer, so he probably had to do
Active
more
duty shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
So he's still around, and so he got me on to help with the onboard shit, which sucked ass doing it the way we did. Especially if we had to do that now, there's no fucking way.
I'm actually kind of confused of why people are so upset that there's gonna be a female only chat.
Bro, I knew the moment that shit happened, there was going to be issues because especially with military and veteran people, there's always issues when it comes to that.
So this is me understanding both sides of the argument. On one side of the argument, it was some people were like, why are certain people having their own segments of the chat, of the server, that the rest of us can't see? And there was also that argument about like censorship within barracks, because barracks was always that place where people could pretty much say whatever they wanted to say. But it's kind of shifting away from that in the sense of like Regiment's turning more into, it's grown so much and it's involved with such larger businesses that there has to be a level of professionalism.
Even in the barracks chat, we still have to abide by the Discord guidelines.
Right. So I'm sure there's obviously some leeway with certain things.
Oh, absolutely.
And
that's why I sent SFW.
Like there's just things that you can't do or say anymore, and then the reason why is because it's like, yeah, think of it like when you have a brand that's growing the way it is and it's affiliating itself with larger groups like that. It's like, okay, we kind of have to tighten the shot group up a little bit here and there because these potential sponsors and these partnerships, they can go in there and let's say they do have a veteran member that can go into there, and see that they can look at that and be like, what the fuck, and then pull that shit.
Oh yeah.
So it's like it's protecting the brand in the business essentially.
Yeah.
There was one thing that I did here, and that I was kind of bringing up if I did become a mod, but which is the dependents thing.
What about it?
Giving dependents access to barracks.
They have to be sponsored by someone within the regiment already.
I feel like that could go awry in ways.
It could, but there's very few. That's why it's a lot harder process.
Is it a harder process?
Yeah, because it's not like.
Because at first looking at it, I thought it
dependent.
was just like, oh, dependents can now join it. I'm like, hang
They've
on.
always had a role.
There's gonna be like, I know somebody's wife is gonna come in there and fucking be a complete Karen with things.
Do you know what our rank is?
What? Oh yeah, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Like we are a fucking sergeant major or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it now.
Do you know who I am?
Why are you not standing at parade rest for me? I'm like, why?
'Cause
I'm the sergeant major's wife.
Because you don't matter.
So yeah, so I mean, I understand, but at the other hand, it's like women don't want to talk about, back to the female only chat, women don't want to fucking talk about everything with all of us because we are predominantly male. There's very few regiment members that are female.
Well,
besides that are verified regiment members.
Think about like military sexual trauma. Like 99% of it is
female,
and it's because of guys.
It's definitely because of
Most
guys.
of the time.
Most of the time, and like giving them their own area to like talk about girl shit. Like, who cares?
Yeah, let's be real. Guys want to talk about guy shit without girls around.
Yeah.
that they're not comfortable with.
And girls want a place to get away from guy talk, to talk about girl talk. And honestly, if you let me ask this: if
Same
you're a
reason we
dude,
have the different branches.
if you're a dude and you're in regiment, are you really gonna be upset about girls talking about girl shit
If
in
you're
their
that
own
upset,
space?
you probably shouldn't even be in, honestly.
And I can promise you this: if you're that upset about this, go look at your wife's phone and look at all her chats with her friends and see all the things that she said about you. Because every girl has their own little girlfriend chat. I mean, minus you.
No, let's be
Not
real.
not
They-
saying that in a bad way.
they don't
I'm just
have-
saying
I
you're
don't
not.
have any friends.
You're not.
They don't have fucking.
I was
girlfriends.
getting at the fact you're not a gossip girl, but okay.
They don't have any friends. They don't have girlfriends. Let's be real here.
I mean,
If they do, they
I
met
really
them
don't.
at the
But
Not
at
anymore.
the same time, it's like
the spicy dancer. Club.
like those of you guys that are upset about this, you have a girlfriend or a wife that has a group chat with her girlfriends, but that's
Yes.
cool. So why don't you let these girls in regiment have their own group chat with girlfriends
who understands?
who understand each other and like want to get away from the guy talk? I mean, it's just like let them have their girl talk. Who gives a fuck? Is it going to change your life in any way? No, it's not.
no problem.
So it's not a big deal. And
It's just
like
internet weenies.
it is internet weenies, and it's always the Marines.
It's stupid.
It's always the Marines that are upset about things.
It's not true. There's. I.
That's why I made that meme. Like, why
I mean,
is it
it
when
was
there's
the-
always trouble? It's
It
you
just so
three.
happened that the main issue guy, the first one to truly say anything, was a Marine.
Are you
But
talking about the girl chat thing?
yeah,
Yeah,
but I mean, I'd say it's
that was the
probably,
only one that
except
I
the
saw.
Air Force. It's probably pretty even across the branches.
Yeah, but at like at the same time, it's like I get why they're upset. 'Cause well, my concern with it, and this is the only concern I had, was that so with the girl chat being very small and there's one female mod. My concern was
Yeah.
like, is it going to be too much of a mod load for perp?
No, not
That, but also on the other hand, it's just like, let's say that she has to like step away for a little bit and isn't there all the time to mod that channel. Like, could that breed the possibility of like basically like, because we all know how girls are.
A free for all.
It's basically a free for all where girls just go fucking nuts unmoderated because like or like with like there's a conflict that arises and there's no mod in there to see it. What do you mean it's sexist? Well, women hate each other.
This is very true. Yeah.
And women fight more than guys fight. Guys can get in an argument and then make up. Women get in arguments and they hold that grudge into their grave.
Yeah, you don't see a movie called Mean Guys.
So my whole thing was just like, I'm cool with it, but can it be properly moderated by the fact that like there's only one mod that has there needs to be more female mods for that reason. Well, not just for that reason, but for the fact that like more female roles for the mods for reasons like this. Like,
If it grows, then I'm sure she'll be on top of it.
yeah, so like that was my concern. Like, yeah, I'm all for it as long as it could get moderated properly, like everything, like all the other channels can be.
I mean, we got like 7,600 people in the Discord, and unless
There's a lot
Chris
of people,
talks about giving away a PC, it's not all that active
yeah,
all the time.
right? Right? The PC giveaway that fucking brought everybody.
I saw
out.
so many. I was like, "Who the fuck are you?"
Like, it's just people like, I need it. I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
I've never seen your name in this fucking chat.
General chat was dead as fuck until he announced that PC.
I put like 3 times. Several people typing.
So like, what was? By the way, is there going to be? Is that PC being given away?
I mean, he posted that it was.
But what was the conditions of the giveaway? I didn't see any of that.
Remember.
I didn't see any. It just said, "Who wants a new PC?"
I don't remember.
That was the only
Maybe it
post
was just,
I saw.
it might have been like a preview, like, "Hey, I'm giving this away."
He needs to like, hey, if we're gonna give this away, we need to know what the conditions are for the
I
giveaway.
could like it's just gonna be like a preview, like we're giving this away, but he hasn't put out what it's for, or what if it's like from a tournament winning, or I don't know.
I told Alicia about it, and she's like, "Are you gonna give it to me if you win it?" I'm like, "No, I'm gonna do a dual
He was
PC
like,
setup."
no.
Did you already sign your NDA?
No, because Perp was gonna take care of that in the new year. Like
Okay.
once the year started, she's gonna make the announcements and deal with all the other stuff like that. She was gonna take the rest of the. She was basically gonna keep doing interviews up until the new year, and then cut it off at that, and then do all the NDA shit after that.
I mean, she's got a few hours. So.
And also, I did tell Perp, because you are going to be gone soon, so I would also like to be in the loop with regiment news that can be discussed. Because she even said, "Oh, your podcast, you could do like regiment updates and stuff." I'm like, "Already do."
That's literally been doing it.
Every episode is like a regiment update. Like,
Let's go fuck myself, I guess.
I told her that you were the reason. Like when you came on, you started giving me regiment updates of within what you.
No,
could tell
I know,
me.
but I mean,
Good
like
job.
I even ask about it all the time. And in the staff chat, I'm like, hey,
I brought that up.
like, is there anything that I should bring up that, like, I'm allowed to at least? Like, I usually just go through the announcements and bring shit up, like, because that's stuff that's been announced that I can talk about.
Right.
And sometimes Chris will have something, some people will bring something up, but
I learned that I'm not as invisible as I thought I was,
yeah, no, definitely not.
and I thought like no one knows who I am.
I promote the fuck out the damn podcast, man.
I mean, so we both do. And the purpose even said, "Yeah, we know. We've been kind of watching you."
I know,
I'm
'cause I
like,
brought it
I'm
up.
like, "You have?"
Multiple times.
I'm like, "Why has no one said anything?"
I
Like,
told you. I brought
You've
it
told
up.
me, yeah, but I'm like, just hearing it from other people is, it puts in perspective of just how many people are actually seeing it.
I guess, yeah.
It's one thing when you say it. It's another thing when someone
It's
who
one
is
thing when you
because
say it.
Not because it's you,
you.
but because you're involved with the podcast. It's one thing when someone who's involved with the podcast says it. It's another thing when an outside person says it. You know what I mean? Does it make more sense when I say it like that?
So you go drink my sorrows away.
Go drink your sorrows away. I don't know what to tell you, buddy.
Oh, on that note, it's New Year. Text a fucking buddy. Social interaction. saves
Exactly.
lives.
Yes. Being a new year, this is a tough time for a lot of people. So go ahead and
Drinking's high. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, we know how vets are.
the number one drinking night of the year.
it is the number one drinking night of the year, but it's
And
also
we're the number one drinking
Yes.
business.
It's
I guess?
the holidays, Christmas, New Year's are the toughest times for a lot of guys. So reach out
And
to
girls.
and girls. Yes, toughest time for veterans as a whole.
There we go.
So like
Women are
reach
veterans,
out,
too.
reach out to somebody. Reach out to your brothers and sisters. Check on them, see if they're okay. Because there's a lot of people out there that are spending this time alone, or just don't want to spend time with anybody because they intentionally spend time alone. Reach out to them, see how they're doing. Don't let someone else fucking slip into the ether because of the fact that like you're too busy with your own shit. And I get it, lives happen.
Mm.
Life happens, and you just have a hard time like getting in touch with everybody.
That just reminds me. I remember the first. I was still on the couch, and with the mic stand when I first told you about IW, and you're like, "What is that?" I was telling you about the hike, and that I was doing it, and like we started getting closer and closer, and I was telling you about it. You're like, "I can't wait. I'm gonna go on it." And then your first time on the hike, you're like, "I'm hooked."
Oh, I know. I told Perp I was probably the first person to represent any kind of regiment.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Like I brought the flag.
Mhm.
So I was the first. I even said like, yeah, the partnership with IW. I was like, I was the first person to.
It's not called a partnership. I have to for legality reasons. It's not a partnership.
What is it? What is it called?
Not a partnership.
Collaboration.
Yep, we can say that.
So the collaboration, like ever since the collaboration with IW, I told Perp, I said, yeah, I was the first person to brandish anything regiment on a hike. I said,
And Tim.
I said I've been and Tim. And Tim is right there, guys. The cutout feet that you see behind Doc's shoulder. That
he-
is like
I don't
6
see him.
foot something.
Is
You don't see
he
him?
backwards?
No.
No. You don't see him
He's facing
behind
you.
you?
Let's see, Shreddy. What should we do those regiment hikes closer to me?
Stop reading chat.
I'm sorry. I
Just
saw it.
lots of places to hike.
Well, I do want. He was talking about the hike, so I was gonna say like, Shreddy, where are you from, man?
They're not special.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna let it pass this one time.
He was talking about the hike. It was relative to this, and I didn't want to. Like he was talking about the hike, the hike schedule. So
www.irreverentwarriors.com.
you can reach out to somebody. There's definitely going to be guys out there that are willing to let you if you're willing to make the travel to it. So
Well, I mean, maybe there's gonna be like over 200 hikes next year.
is there? Oh yeah,
Pretty
I
sure.
noticed that the schedule.
Wow.
There's a
There's
lot
a
of hikes.
Yeah. The more we grow, the more
Dang.
people roger up for it, and I always love what I actually encountered it today. Someone was like, "Oh, there's only one in Missouri." Damn, and I was like, I mean, they're all they're all volunteer dependent. If you want to put one on, email info@reverentwarriors.com.
So I actually did message Dan about getting involved with the leadership team with the Milwaukee hike.
Milwaukee guy.
So,
There's another
but I'm
band.
also like, once I get more information on that and the moderation thing becomes official, like official, I'm gonna be becoming. I want to become the regiment representative for the Milwaukee hike.
I mean, it makes sense.
It only makes
Honestly.
sense. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make the Chicago one.
I won't be here, so.
Well, mostly because I'm like, yeah, I know you won't be here. So, but Nelson will be.
True. I know he'll go.
He'll go. If he, I might go. I might end up going. You gonna do volunteer work still?
Sure.
She's the fucking.
I'm
best.
so excited to be on the East Coast. There's so many
Hopefully,
hikes out there.
this next year's. Who's running it next year, or this year?
Jessica Bridges.
Was she there?
She was
Which one?
one of the females.
That's not helpful.
She was blonde.
This is not helpful at all.
Is that the one from Milwaukee?
I don't remember if she went to Milwaukee or not. Honestly, she may have, but I don't
want to say
remember.
there was a blonde that helped us at Milwaukee.
I don't remember if she was or not
Never mind.
actually, but she took over. She's finally going. Like she's got all of what she needs. I turned everything over. She's gonna be at the leadership hike in a couple weeks with me.
Nice.
So she's
You guys
she's
do
another
your own
corpsman.
separate.
Second?
You do a separate hike for leadership.
No, it's a conference.
No, they don't. It's a leadership conference, so they essentially coordinate with each other about what they need,
Gotcha.
their tasks
Yeah.
and stuff.
Where's that?
This year it is. I think it's in Austin, Texas.
Oh, that's fun.
I don't remember. It's usually
That's
always in
definitely a
Texas.
Zoom call.
It's always in Texas.
Why is that where Donnie is?
No, that's where Mama is.
Oh, that's where Mama is. Well, I thought she was going to be at one of the hikes that we were just at.
I think she was supposed to. She wasn't able to make it.
Oh,
Is
is Grunt Style going to get involved with them again, with any of these hikes again?
They're a national sponsor.
They are national, so they are going to be
Yeah.
involved. So is
At least for this last year they were.
is
so
Dan from Grunt Style going to get involved?
He's always involved.
I know he is always involved.
He's getting. If he's already.
Is
he's
Tim
either,
actually going to be there?
He's either he's not some of them. He's either getting married to or he is married to already. To Mary, she's the national coordinator for Virginia. I
If
think.
Tim's not at the Milwaukee hike or the Chicago hike, I might have to fucking bring Tim again. I might have to carry.
Oh, Milwaukee's in August.
Yes,
Let's
I
see
think it's
that.
the same time.
Oh, in July is Chicago.
That's what it was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah,
was
most of the time they
around-
try to keep the same dates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'cause it's easier.
So I'm gonna bring that big cutout of Tim again and carry it on my back.
Oh my
I
gosh.
probably won't bring a regiment flag. I'll definitely be wearing a jersey.
You're the
though.
regiment fucking representative.
I'll wear
you
the
damn sure
jersey.
will be.
I don't want to bring the flag. Honestly, dude, carrying a cutout.
If you're the rep, I think Chris is sending all the reps flags.
oh, he doesn't
for
have to
the
send me
hikes.
one. It's hike specific flags.
Well, yeah.
Are they gonna be different than this?
No, but it'll be one like for the hike.
So I don't have to take this down off
Yeah,
the wall.
because
over and over again? Okay.
I took mine to the Milwaukee one, or no, it was to the last one I went to that we don't talk about of where it was.
Cincinnati.
No, not that one.
Anywho,
Is that the one we don't talk about?
yes. You remember?
You don't have to talk about the dates. You're fucking leaving. Who cares?
Can't say if I was there, but the last hike I was at, because they had to poke holes in it for the flag, so Brandon sent me another one.
Oh, you know what? That was one thing that we should probably bring up to Chris is having actual like pole mountable flags.
I was gonna say, so you don't have to hold it. It can
So like
just-
this, like I had to tie it to a stick, or like let's say I do have a flagpole,
things, but not
He's-
enough for you. to
He's
have
looking
one.
at like the flagpole because the one that
but
I
flagpole
had
style flags.
was an actual flagpole. We just had to poke a couple of holes.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like Chris, like is Chris looking into actually getting regiment flags that can be put on? a
I
pole?
think so. It's gonna. I think if we change from the current contract people that we get at the NEU or whatever,
Mhm.
he's looking at adding that in there, like the little circles.
Wait, are these flags from NEU also?
Yeah,
But-
you don't see it in the corner. I think it's in the.
I didn't, dude. I
in
don't
one
see
of the-
NEU.
It's in one of the corners. It might be.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I did not realize. I didn't know they made jerseys and flags.
They make a lot of shit.
Do they?
I like their quality. At least at the flags, I like their quality. I started to notice that the jerseys kind of, once you wash them, they get these like little white threads and shit.
Well, you gotta do cold
Hmm.
and gentle.
I have a hole in my mouth. I just
On
fucking
those
spilled
jerseys.
beer on my face.
That's too specific for me.
Man doesn't know how to do laundry.
No,
No, I do laundry.
Who?
It just
Oh, he does
all
not do
inclusive.
laundry.
He just does them all together, all the same.
All the colors. That's why his whites are like pink.
no, not true actually.
Oh, you separate.
You do
No.
separate your
No, I
whites.
don't separate. I just put everything cold.
Okay then.
But
I
my
mean,
whites are
when
still
I,
white.
when I was in the army, like I did that same shit.
Because
Like,
I don't.
Yeah.
I still don't put them hot. That's why. Hot is
Hot.
when they start
bleeding over.
bleeding
Yes.
Yeah.
colors. Yeah,
Yeah.
I put everything on cold.
So let's talk about your guys' year in review. Well, let's talk about podcast topics year in review first.
What we
So-
got?
So besides the loot boxes and Activision, there was a lot. There was we had some games at the end of the year.
Let's
last
just go through
year.
the fucking descriptions.
Well, the end of the year last year, we had fucking Cyberpunk come out in a super destroyed
yeah.
state, and
I forgot about that.
It's still pretty much the same.
no, actually,
Hey, it was one of the most played.
It's apparently gotten a lot better since launch,
one of
but
the most
all the
played games this
content
year.
roadmap's been
Quote,
pushed to
unquote.
next year.
I didn't think it was
That's-
that bad, anyways. Honestly,
It wasn't, but it wasn't what they were telling us it was going to be. That was the biggest issue, and the lack of content and the lack of story variety.
Let's.
Essentially, everyone's story, like they said, it's different for each class. It's like it's only a different beginning for each class, and then eventually all turns into the same after the prologue.
episode 44 was my first episode.
Yep, I know. I'm looking.
What
at
was it?
Episode 44.
44?
Yep.
They call me Doc. FMF joins Brock to discuss the juicy news from this past week.
Oh yeah, what was
Why
the
are we
news?
talking like
Because
this?
it's like
They discussed the juicy news from the past week.
Doc is a moderator
You know what
from
you sound
Regiment,
like?
a
You
veteran.
sound like this traffic lady on the radio. She sounds nasally as fuck. She's like,
She
"And
sounds
this
like-
is Chicago News.
That's Chicago
Radio
News. Is that because it's
Oh
AM?
wait, the raining dumpster fire that is Anthem. EA finally.
I was
pulled the
thinking about
plug
that one
on
too.
Oh, was that on the first episode that he was on?
Yeah.
Mhm.
The- like the
Lawmaker
death
wants to
of
ban
Ample.
GTA 5. In
Raining dumpster
Chicago.
fire.
What's we all established that wasn't happening. The GTA 5 ban.
Oh, my first one was Stadia was
Mhm.
dying.
Stadia was dying. You know what's funny? Now that you bring that up, there's no. What is there an update on Stadia? Let's look.
No, because it's dead.
Let's look. Is it officially dead yet?
Is Stadia dead?
All right. Let's see.
You should go to the screen so people can see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm looking right now for the articles here.
Looking.
This is Stadia on their Twitter. So it says lives up to see 2022, but limps into the future.
It limps into the future.
Let's look.
Oh, this is the one. Oh, this is one when I was excited too because it was a psychological.
Check this out. Look at this. Google's absence at gaming's biggest events only kills confidence in Stadia. So this is their. I knew this would eventually happen. Stadia's getting a silent kill, silent death. So let's see. The future
What
of
was
Google's
Stadia again?
Stadia was Google's game console that was like cloud-based
Yes.
gaming.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was like their Steam.
But the problem
Yeah.
was like games that were free to play, like Destiny 2, like you had to pay full price for all of them.
Yeah.
So there was no way. And then they even said that if anything happens to Stadia where it just dies out, you will no longer have access to those games. So there's no way to keep them.
Right.
And once they announced that, that was pretty much the death.
Yes.
Yeah.
The future of Google Stadia has been questioned since the day the platform debuted, and 2 years into it, it's been 2 years already? I didn't think it'd last that long. The question continues to become
that's
more
what she said.
pertinent. As 2021 comes to a close, another big event goes by without a word of Stadia. Google's silence is serving only to kill any bit of confidence left in the platform. Google Stadia's fairly young platform with completely new tech running the show. It means that it takes time to build up a library. That's a goal Google publicly said it is pursuing in 2021. Now, one of the things that it did kill off was Stadia exclusive studios. So game developers that were making exclusive Stadia games, they shut all that down and we're working on and we're only going to be implementing games that are available on every platform.
It was only like they were doing indie developers.
Yeah, it was
shit,
indie
right?
developers,
Basically.
and the worst part was they didn't tell them that they were going to pull the plug on that until the day before they were pulling the plug on that. So they in the weeks leading up to that, they're saying we're doing good and we're looking forward to the future here with you guys and stuff like that. They gave them no heads up that they were getting the plug pulled on them and that these projects they were working on were to be dead in the water. So that was super cool of you, fucking Google. Let's see. In 2021, Google has added over 100 games to the platform so far, a number that isn't too far behind the Nintendo Switch. During that hit console's second year, it added about 130 new titles. However, there's a clear difference between where the Switch sat in 2017 and where the Stadia is today.
And then comparatively,
The Switch had the backing of several flagship titles from Nintendo itself. It was getting ports to other hits such as Rocket League, Overcooked, Minecraft, and many others.
fuck is Overcooked?
Overcooked? It's the kitchen game.
I
Yes.
know what you're talking about.
Oh, it's so fun.
I've seen people play
On
it.
Stadia side of things, the first year saw some big games, argued flagship, especially now that the free-to-access Destiny is Destiny 2. We haven't really seen anything else on the scale come in the time since. So nothing like no AAA games have really been on Stadia since its launch, except for Destiny. One of the most popular games, biggest games of 2021. Google only has a small fraction of those titles, including PUBG, FIFA, Far Cry, and Resident Evil Village.
That was also voted the most finished game of this year.
Yeah,
too.
I noticed. You know
Resident
why
Evil?
though?
Yeah.
There's so far. Resident Evil Village was actually the shortest Resident Evil game.
Maybe that's why it was the most finished.
That's
Could be.
that attributes to it, but like, I feel like that it's the length of the game was pretty much perfect for it because it was enough to make a good story, good gameplay, and to where you weren't spending weeks at a time trying to fucking play it. Like I beat it in a few days, so it was a great game. I really think it was a lot better than I I wasn't expecting much of it. I hadn't played Resident Evil in a long time, so that was my first Resident Evil back. I mean, I knew the storyline from the one previous, the Resident Evil Biohazard or whatever the fuck it was.
Never played. I just want God.
Speaking of Biohazard, that
Oh.
Ubisoft game, that zombie one that they have, or the
No, it's no, I'm thinking about Biomutant. Never mind.
no, it was Rainbow Six. I'm sorry, Rainbow Six. There was a Rainbow
Oh, that
Six
new thing. they're
Quarantine.
coming
Quarantine. Rainbow Six
Which is
Quarantine
not
is
quarantine
apparently
anymore.
it's apparently performing horribly.
with? Well, yeah.
Shocker. So anyway,
No, we said that on the first episode too. It was in the description. It said shocker.
shocker.
What was it regarding?
That they weren't doing anything except for going into the fucking
Stadia,
zombie
Stadia
horde.
dying.
Oh,
You're
Stadia
like,
dying.
Shocker,
Yeah.
right?
Shocker. So,
When did my host story start becoming a thing?
I think a few
I don't
episodes
know.
in.
Because the
Well,
next one
They
doesn't
didn't
say anything about it.
So they didn't become an official thing for a little while. It just kind of happened that we'd be talking, and then one of my infamous stories would come up, and he'd ask questions, and then it'd become about my host story, and it happened to be every week. And I was like, I'm just gonna make this a fucking segment. And then I ran out of exciting host stories.
Oh, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Forgot about that game.
What were some of the biggest titles that were released in 2021?
Battlefield.
Yeah.
Top game.
Warzone
Really?
Caldera.
Shut up.
I'm sorry.
Shut the fuck up. 10 of the best games for 2021. Check out your new gaming. Fuck that. I don't care.
Oh god. I wish God of War was in there, but it's not. And there's still
Let's
no
see,
news. There's still no news about God of War.
Whatever. Top 10 best games that came out in 2021.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
So we had Halo Infinite released this year. We had Forza Horizon 5 released this year.
And the KFC truck.
Inscription. What's this? Spooky. This came out around Halloween time. It's basically Magic the Gathering. Back for Blood.
Oh, that was a good one.
Age of Empires 4. Death's
It's a
Door.
mobile game, isn't it?
Age of Empires.
Yeah.
I want to say yes.
Oh, I remember. That made me
Yep.
think of when we started talking about all the phone controllers, basically.
Yeah.
Like
The
this-
PC
like
the PC phones.
PC phone, basically. That
Yep.
were designed for gaming, and they were like you turn them to the side, it's a
What
legitimate
is
controller.
Death's Door? No prettier game from 2021 than Death's Door. It's enough of a joy to look at with a lush world that's beautifully animated. The gameplay feels like part of Zelda, part Dark Souls.
What is it?
It's like a
Death's Door. Oh, I bet Betty White's in that game.
bro.
Oh.
Bro.
Too soon. Too soon.
Hot Wheels. Wow.
soon.
This
Wheels
right
the
here
game?
highlights
Oh,
how
man.
this highlights just how the year went for game releases. Fucking Hot Wheels is in the top.
Okay, keep going.
I feel like that's because of little kids, though.
Aliens
too.
Fireteam Elite. Now I heard this game is actually really good, but when it comes to content, it's very lacking. So
You
this,
know-
this apparently is like the best Alien game to come out since Isolation.
Speaking of content, I checked out Avengers again to see like the extra shit that they added since the main story. They've actually added quite a bit of stuff, and they're adding another one pretty soon. She-Hulk. She-Hulk's going to be added to it. very soon. So the story parts of them, just like the original, the story parts are phenomenal. But the gameplay is still repetitive as fuck.
Yeah. Bosch, by the way, her name's not Ashley, it's Alicia.
Wow. What's it been? Like 9 months now?
I just want to let you know that your man's pee-pee's small and succulent.
I already know.
Hashtag can confirm.
You already know my pee-pee's small and succulent.
I don't want to be a part of this conversation.
It's a joke, baby.
Is it?
You know it's bad when she says it's the right size or it's the best size
it's the
for
perfect
me.
size for me.
Like wait,
I didn't say that.
excuse
I
me.
know she's never said that.
No, I'm just saying in general.
Oh, yeah.
When she says it's the perfect size for me, like wait,
My
what do you
name's
mean
Ashley.
for me? It's not too. What do you mean?
So anyway, Psychonauts 2 was another game that released.
I think I remember looking that up.
Boomerang X. What the fuck?
fuck?
This looks like a VR game.
It's
I thought that was Overwatch from across the way.
Yeah, this
Wow,
looks like
Overwatch,
a watered
fucking
down ass version of.
downgrade like
This
a
is this
motherfucker.
this looks like some fucking PS2 graphical.
See,
Don't insult PS2 like that.
Umurangi Generation. What?
I know
that?
Genshin Impact's gonna be on there probably.
oh yes, that's right.
fail.
Genshin.
Fucking
you
fail.
mean?
Who made this article?
That's actually that's not on there at all.
Who made this article? The
Oh, it's
Verge.
not?
Are they even gaming article?
No, that was no the Verge.
I feel like
yeah.
that wasn't right.
I feel like it was really really wrong.
I feel like they only did their games.
I feel like Polygon, the best selling.
Best selling? I just want to know
I
what.
don't know if that's.
You want to see
that
what the
doesn't mean
best
it's
selling
best
games of
game, though.
2021 was?
Fuck
Best
the
selling?
best selling.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
I don't care about. I mean, best selling tend to be like.
Why not best rated?
So we got Apex. Oh,
How is
fuck
that
it.
best
That didn't-
selling?
That didn't come out. That didn't.
Get
it's
the fuck
fucking-
out of here.
It's free. How do you sell Apex?
The store. They're like, I made the most money in the store. Shut the fuck up.
Top 10 games of 2021. This is Game
Game
Rant.
Informer. Go to Game Informer.
Game Informer. Gotcha.
Or the gamer.
No, Game Informer has a list.
Why is
of
the
every
The gamer's
month.
where
Why
I
is
get
Game
most of my
Informer not
news,
even up-
honestly.
up
You go to
on-
news and I just go down the list.
Here.
How is
Hold
Game
on.
Informer not on the top page?
I'm sending
first
you
page
a
here?
link.
Because you're on Google.
Are you sending me through Discord?
Yeah.
Well, I gotta open that first.
Oh my.
You know what? I'm
goodness.
gonna bring up another moment of 2021.
What?
I'm going to take a piss, and I'm gonna. Yes, I will be sitting down. Because
Yeah, that was
I'm
a
a
good-
considerate motherfucker.
Doc,
That was a
Doc's,
good-
yeah, that was another thing in
I don't piss on the
2021.
seat.
We learned that Doc sits when he fucking pees because he's a girl.
Who was the one that I sent, the celebrity that I sent that said that they fucking pissed it down?
I don't know.
At other people's houses. I just want to make that clear.
Oh, at other.
It's only at
Wait,
other
how
people's
old is-
fucking
honey,
house.
Honey, how old is this article?
I don't know.
It says games coming in November 19th, 2021. Oh, so this is the 2021 video game release schedule. Got it.
Where's the light?
So we had Hitman 3, which came out. Let's see.
I'm trying to. Okay,
Oh.
The Sims 4 Cottage Core pack came out.
So January 2021, we had Cobra Kai. This is a PC game.
Okay, we don't have to go through everything. Let's
Let's look
through
at the top ones. Let's look at the top
The
ones.
most popular.
So the most popular, we got, I mean, Sims 4, right? The Dark Eye. I don't know what any of this is.
Super Mario 3D World in February. Let's see.
Hitman 3 was seen to be the biggest title here. So we have January. So February. We had Control. I remember seeing that. What else? Neo 2, Neo Remaster, the Neo Collection. That I remember that being pretty popular. Keep going. Nothing. WrestleMania. Oh no, Retromania. Yakuza. I think Yakuza was one, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
So,
They're
March,
just not very good.
These are what I want to. I don't care about all these little titles. This is literally every game that came out. I don't
That's what I mean.
want to know that. I want to know the top.
Borderlands 3 Director's Cut DLC in April.
It Takes Two.
When was that?
That came out. That actually came out before we got Game of the Year.
Yeah, Genshin Impact, Resident Evil Village.
Yeah, Resident Evil Village came out.
Final Fantasy 14. That's
Yep,
right.
that came out. What else came out? Battlefield came out, which was, was one of the biggest titles, but it was the biggest flop. Halo Infinite came out. I noticed that a lot of the top games from 2021 came out at the end of the year.
You know, I was reading in there. I'm just basically going through the different episodes and the topics. Soulja Boy came up on the second episode.
Dude, Soulja Boy came up twice this year.
I think it was 3 times.
Oh, in fact, we know what we didn't talk about. That's
him,
a topic
suing Twitch.
Him
or whatever.
suing Twitch. Let's talk about Soulja Boy and his fucking.
Oh, we got to lead up to this. We got to lead up. It's a year in review, not year new topics.
Hell Let Loose just came out in July.
Oh, Hell Let Loose was out longer than that on PC though. It came
says
out. It
PC
came out.
July 27th.
Was it PC July?
So the first episode of Soulja Boy was when he was bringing up his bootlegged fucking console, right? Or his second console, actually.
Yeah, actually it was his third.
Was it his third?
He tried doing a mobile, like a Game Boy type console too.
Oh God.
God.
So he had 2 emulators that ended up being flops because he was threatened to get sued by Nintendo, and because he was basically selling bootleg fucking Nintendo games.
And then the second one was I own Atari.
Flop my cock across your face.
He owns Atari. He owned Atari apparently.
New World.
New World did come out this year. That's right.
Had an economic crisis.
Actually,
But-
that got kind of resolved.
But then I know. And then then the recent one was he got banned from Twitch. I don't remember what it was for. But he got banned from Twitch. But to me, that was hilarious because after Tim the Tap Man.
He gave Tim so much shit for leaving Twitch for YouTube.
He's like, I'll never sell out. I'm Twitch for life, baby.
He's just like, I got all the money I need. I don't need to ever go nowhere and shit like that. He was just going nuts. And like he was saying that he was faithful to Twitch, and now it's come out that he's gotten banned from Twitch, and he says that he's suing them because fuck Twitch.
It's almost it's the same as like those
Forza.
follow-ups when he said he owned Atari.
I mentioned
and then
Forza.
Atari was like, no. And he's like,
Oh,
fuck
that was
Atari,
another
fuck
thing.
y'all.
He said that he owned Atari. That was another thing that came out. He said that he owned Atari. Come to find out that they just gave him like a bunch of their shit crypto coins.
Because I'm the
And
owner.
that are worth probably like a couple $1,000. So anyway, Soulja Boy threatens to sue Twitch.
That sounds astronomically.
Okay, you know what
more.
just came out that I kind of want to play? Witchwood.
Witchwood.
Yeah, it's like
Witchwood.
It's a witchy game. I'm guessing.
Well, it's like
Well,
a
which wood is
wizard.
it?
You play as a wizard.
Is it birchwood?
No, it's
Elm?
Witchwood.
Oak?
I don't know what kind of wood. It just came out.
Whose
December.
wood? That could be.
My wood.
And
Anyway,
it's like
so
I
Soulja.
mean, you could be playing.
it's like
Blacklisted.
Stardew,
Oh, is it like Stardew?
kind of, but not really.
But it's. Oh wait, no, yeah, I remember you showing me the trailer to this.
I think I did.
Did it come out?
No, not that. That's a different. By the same people that made Stardew.
I have an update for you.
What?
So the Harry Potter developers
Yeah.
came out with an update to tell you that they have no update.
Okay.
That was literally an article.
Yeah.
That
Just
said
like
that. I thought that
Nintendo's
was,
About
huge,
the Harry
like,
Potter game?
yeah. Because I saw it on the Gamer and I kept
still making
forgetting to
that?
bring it up.
They're still making that?
I guess, but like they came
So-
out with an update to tell us that they have no update.
Basically.
Cool.
I was
That's
fucking dying when I heard it because the next episode that you were on, you had talked about it or like you
You're
had brought
so
it up.
excited. She's a Harry
I was
Potter.
I
fucking
am so
dying.
excited. I will buy it and I will play it.
All right, so let's talk about Soulja Boy and his fucking shenanigans because I think this guy has got
shenanigans.
mental health issues. So Soulja Boy threatens to sue Twitch. Rapper Soulja Boy threatens to sue Twitch after streaming platform bans him, allegedly without providing any proof of explanation.
That's probably not alleged. I guarantee that's what it was.
So rapper DeAndre Cortez Way, aka Soulja Boy, is one of the many celebrities that have tried their hand at Twitch streaming. Soulja Boy has enjoyed a bit more success on Twitch than other celebrities that have given the streaming platform a shot. Why is he look at all this money I have? Bro,
Monopoly
come on.
money.
Come on.
It looks like Monopoly money.
I gotta say, his whole game room setup, mine is much better than his.
basic as fuck.
Right? You have how much money? And
You have
that's
all
it?
this money and you can't even fucking make a better looking
Does he have all this
setup
money?
than
I
that.
feel like he's not.
Does
Maybe
that look
he
like
spent
fake
it all.
money?
He probably smoked it all.
That's probably all the money he has. So, Soulja Boy isn't. Let's see. Recently found himself in hot water with Twitch banning Soulja Boy twice in one day.
That's what it was. Yeah,
Soulja Boy has not taken kindly to the Twitch ban and has taken to Twitter with his complaints.
Jesus.
Soulja Boy was banned from Twitch on December 9th,
I'm gonna go to Twitter.
though the streaming platform, that's what everybody does,
Yeah.
I know.
quickly reversed the ban. Not long after, Twitch banned Soulja Boy again, and his account is still suspended at the time of this writing, which, how old is this? December 16th.
It's about 15 days ago.
So, not long at Twitch ban Soulja Boy. On December 15th, Soulja Boy tweeted about his frustration with the Twitch ban, asking who the CEO of Twitch is and where he would. Let me speak to your manager!
Karen.
You fucking Karen. Twitch is where he would be able to
gonna write a letter.
find him. How do you? Did you just assume the Twitch CEO's gender, Soulja Boy? And then also complaining that Twitch can ban users without providing explanation.
I bet that's why he was banned.
Let's see. Twitch's ban policies have long been a source of frustration for users, which is true.
Fair.
Dr. Disrespect. Did he face was his ban in 2021?
Yeah. No, it was last year.
It was last year?
Yeah, I wasn't getting up for it.
Not just Soulja Boy. While it's sometimes obvious, other times people have no idea why they've been banned from Twitch. And they're basically left at the mercy of the platform until it decides to bring back their account. Soulja Boy is taking an exception to this, saying, I got to sue these people.
I got to do it.
Well, the CEO of Twitch is a man. It's Emmett Shear.
He says, I can't believe Twitch can just ban you without any proof or explanation. This doesn't feel right. I got to sue these people.
That's the question.
So whether or not Soulja Boy actually files a lawsuit against Twitch remains to be seen, which I bet you he can't afford to. Soulja Boy is known for stirring the pot on Twitter, finding himself at odds with the likes of Epic Games and even WWE superstar Randy Orton. Why?
Don't know.
It's entirely possible that Soulja Boy will indeed file a lawsuit against Twitch because he's banned from the platform, but also possible that he's just trying to get a reaction from the streaming giant and its executives. Probably. He's doing it for the clout. Would not shock me because he's now irrelevant.
Do it for the vine.
Yeah.
The Soulja Boy Twitch ban isn't the first time the rapper has found himself in the center of a gaming controversy. A few years ago, Soulja Boy started selling game consoles. It was essentially a bootleg system full of stolen software. This prompted legal action from Nintendo, and in turn, Soulja Boy removed the consoles from sale, though not before lashing out with some homophobic tweets.
Oh, yeah, because it had like a PlayStation controller, too, I think.
It did. So Soulja Boy was quiet on the video game front for a couple years after the console debacle, but more recently reached out to Tony Hawk about setting up a meeting with Activision to produce his video game idea. It's unclear if anything ever came to that, but seems unlikely.
I wonder what his idea was.
I think Activision's a little busy.
He wanted to make a skating game, and Tony Hawk's like, no, dude, I'm good. And then he was like, I want to meet with Activision. It's like, why? You think Activision doesn't even listen to its own employees? They're going to listen to you? You don't have the money to sway their opinion anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
So, yeah, for 2021, the gaming releases were
pretty. Yeah, they were met. 2021
abysmal.
was the same as 2020. Everything got delayed.
Whoa.
Actually, it might have been just as bad as 2020. I honestly think because everything got delayed to next year. And guess what? We're gonna manifest that 2022 is gonna be a good year for games. Yeah. All these games that have been delayed to the next year, they better come out.
Yeah, God of War is supposed to come out next year.
It is supposed to come out next year.
I guarantee. The fuck?
This thing
That's
keeps doing
creepy.
this.
Shut up, Alexa!
It's creepy.
It's my light. It's my light. It talks, and I don't know why.
Anyways. Keep that bitch on a leash, Jesus.
I got the remote right here. I could kill this bitch right now.
Fuck her. Now you're talking without permission.
You shut your whore mouth, bitch! You heard me.
He does talk to his mother with that mouth.
No, I don't. I don't talk to her like this.
I was like, you don't talk to your mother?
Me and my mother are not on speaking terms, even though she's watching.
Not me. Me either. It's okay.
But yes, 2021 was worse.
You know what? Honestly, I think so too. 2020, there already wasn't that many titles.
I played more than just Warzone.
Well, 2020, there wasn't that many titles, but the titles that did come out in 2021, especially AAA games, was like significantly worse because it was just like everything came out in a fucked up state.
Generally.
Oh, sorry.
Stop it.
Sorry.
Stop it.
Yeah, stop reading chat.
Stop.
I'm reading chat.
Sorry.
I'm laughing at
look-
chat, and then he looked.
I looked at chat because I could see
This is
chat,
your
but
fault.
I know.
Just
it
so
is
you
my
guys
fault.
know that if you
I'm
guys
giggling.
stick around until the end of the episode, we're gonna do kind of like a discussion. We're gonna talk with
Q&A.
chat, but right now we're gonna keep to the focus on the task at hand, and that was the recap of 2021. So
You know something that came up recently again?
what's that?
That it was actually on the first episode? The violent video game bullshit.
Dude, that comes up all the time. Are you talking about the Ready or Not shit?
I think so. Yeah. Because
school
you
shooting
guys were
thing?
talking about that, yeah.
So Ready or Not, we talked about this. Me and Nelson did on the last episode,
But I mean, to tie it in with the year in review, it's so fucking annoying.
it's like here we are going into 2022, and we're still blaming video games for fucking real world violence. As if
Kyle Rittenhouse.
Kyle Rittenhouse.
It's Call of Duty's fault.
Grand Theft Auto is the reason why gun violence is raised in Chicago. I'm like, no, your shitty ass fucking state and city is the reason why violence is so high in Chicago.
True.
It's just dumb. It's just so dumb.
I saw a TikTok the other day. It was a 2-parter, and it was phenomenal. It was like it was supposed to be like a school shooting, and it had it was a great 6-minute story, I guess. And the hero was the quiet kid that brings the gun to school.
I saw that.
You saw
that. Yeah.
Well, it's fucking amazing.
He said, but there's a part 2 coming, and I'm like, plot twist. It's a duo.
Did you see this part 2?
Is there a part 2?
Yeah, he's got it out. So he goes. It starts with him smirking at the guy under the desk.
Yeah.
He goes out and he comes back in, and then just go now, get out of here. And then it pops up. He got shot, and then he dies. I was like, the silent hero.
The silent hero.
The plot twist. I was checking the comments because I was like, why am I crying right now? Why? A couple other comments were like that too.
Did you know they have a viral TikTok comment?
Yes,
You
he
have a viral
does.
TikTok on what?
On some TikTok that some guy's like, so my girlfriend got paid in all ones from her job.
From her babysitting job.
From her babysitting job, and he looked and he wait.
And then he goes,
wait, huh? And I commented and said, babysat the truckers, the bikers, so, yeah. And I was like, yeah, babysat the truckers, the bikers, the
veterans,
the sad husbands. I said
the priests.
I said, this is what I said.
There ain't no children in the club.
This is what I said. I said, yeah, babysat the truckers, the bikers, the lonely husbands, a bachelor party, and a shamed priest, a shamed preacher.
yes.
And it got it's at 90,000 likes right now. And I'm like, why can't
It's
any
top
of my
comment.
why can't any of my other content actually take off like that?
I know.
You know what's viral shit? Is,
And it's
the
funny.
Shit that goes viral. Is
I had-
the shit
Random.
that you would never expect.
It's
Of
random.
all those people, right? And of all those people, only 2 people were like, one chick was like, "You've made me lose my confirm my lack of respect for men. Thank you." And I'm like, "It's a
Of
joke,
course.
not a dick."
Oh yeah.
I was like, "It's a joke, not a dick. Don't take it so hard." And then another chick was like, "Do you really think this is funny?" And everyone was like, "Yes." So do 50,000 other people.
Yeah.
Canceled.
Oh, you can't cancel me. The only time you can cancel me is if I said something, homophobic or racial, which I never do. So I don't like this silence.
I was thinking. I was having a squirrel moment.
Stop reading chat.
I can't help it. It's a bad habit. especially
Minimize
with
that shit.
Mm-hmm. Bark needs to do TikTok dance. Apparently.
False.
I keep forgetting to do the it's like a
Never is he
reward.
ever.
I told you to do that.
I have
we
so
go.
many good TikTok ideas, and it was there's one that me and her were laying in
We
bed.
were laying in bed. I was
I
looking
plucked
at him.
a nose hair, and I looked at it, and I flicked it, and she's just like, "Why do you look at it when you pluck it?" I'm like, "It's like a reward."
Wow.
I
Okay.
still think you should make that one.
Tell
You
me,
laughed so
guys,
hard.
tell me that it's not fucking true though. Like when we pluck our nose hairs or we shit and we look at it, it's like do you ever look
I
at your
don't
shit after
understand.
you take a shit before you flush it?
Well, yeah, but it's a little bit different for me
Why?
because I'm in medical.
So you're looking to make sure
So
that
you're
you're okay.
to make sure you're not dying, or
Yeah.
that there's no.
I like to
blood or
look to
anything?
see. I'm like,
Yeah.
was this as fucking epic as it felt, or what? I like to look at what
and is proud of it.
I look at.
Rarely will I have that thought go through my mind.
I promise you, we're not at that point in our relationship because it just hasn't happened yet.
It's fine.
But
How?
there will be a moment. Well, because it just the type of shit that I would be like, come look at this now.
Oh, I was gonna say, I'm like,
Yeah.
after the monumental podcast episode that we had between the two of y'all,
There's gonna come a day where I take a shit that is so incredible.
how many Katie Courics?
Huh?
How many Katie Courics?
How many Katie Courics? 3.
That's not a lot.
What is a Katie Couric in unit of measure?
It's from South Park.
Oh, well. Anyway, so I've had shits that went down the pipe, up the pipe, and around the bowl long, and I'm talking fucking that.
Did you put a camera on it? What's that?
I've had shits where I've taken photos of them and sent them to people. I'm like, you will just to prove that it was real.
This is why I don't open Snapchat in public.
There's gonna be a day when that
He
happens.
doesn't have Snapchat, so he'll just send it. And
Just in
text it to
general,
you.
though.
I'll just send it. I'll text. It
I
to
see
you.
a preview on my with it.
So
attached, so.
I will send it. When there will be a moment if it's at the house, I'll be like, babe, look now. Where I bring you in and I show you my creation, and then there will be times where if I'm not away, or where I'm not around, and I'm away, or at school or at work, and I just take a photo of it. I'm like, look at it. There's Austin does the same thing. He sends me photos of his shit, especially if it's insane. Like this one time he ate a whole bag, like a fucking 1 pound bag of Flaming Hot Cheetos, and his shit was like red diarrhea. So it looked like he shit blood all in the toilet, which it was Flaming Hot Cheetos. It wasn't blood. He sent me a photo. I'm like, go to a doctor now.
How do we know?
Because his shit, he's like, trust. He's like, it wasn't like that afterwards.
Was the turd red?
There was no turd. It was diarrhea.
Of just
Because
red.
all he ate was Flaming Hot Cheetos. So his shit was straight up like.
Why
it
did
could
he
have
eat a
been-
whole bag of?
It could have been red.
He's done this before. There's one time we were at the barbershop. He ate a whole fucking jar of those fucking peanuts and cashews. He ate just that. And then when we were at the barbershop, he took a shit and it stunk up the whole barbershop.
Damn.
So much fiber.
And we were like, what the fuck, dude? He's like, I just ate a whole like container of peanuts. And I'm like, why would you do that to
Made me
yourself?
think of when he farted on the mic and then presumed to go talk into it directly after.
When
And he was
this?
like, wow, that smells really bad.
I've done it several times. What do you mean, when was this?
When was this?
I've done this a lot.
This is before we started doing the video.
Oh,
This was
God.
when the couch was on that side.
Oh God, yeah.
I had the boom. I had the boom already.
Okay.
And he, like, you could audibly hear it.
Like
Oh no, it was. I think it was one episode. If only you could smell it in here.
Yeah, if only you could, if only you could
Oh,
smell it
yeah,
here.
That was the title.
Yeah, I farted right onto the microphone. I was like,
Twice.
I
You
was
did it
like-
twice.
I did. I was like, ooh, wow, shit. I didn't think about that before I did it.
Twice. Like, you, I have no words. I have no words for that.
I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry.
This is. I think I started the. Did you? I don't know if you may have started it with me. It was my first experience when you showed me the corn video.
I didn't start.
I just
that
didn't
with
react,
you.
and you were very disappointed. So we
Yeah.
didn't do it for a while.
I mean, Nelson kind of reacted, but not. She reacted.
My friend reacted.
Well, yeah, because it was fucking disgusting.
Hey, yours are the best reactions. Like, honestly, I think it's
our
failed with
last
military people.
live episode. I showed her the dark parts of the internet.
This was my face the whole time.
It was just like
Yeah,
you're
no,
looking
that's
at. You were like
much
kind of
worse.
like you were looking
Yes.
at the screen like.
Well, I didn't want to look. It was disgusting.
I showed her BME
The
pain
thumbnail was
Olympics.
glorious.
I showed her Jar Squatter before that was like off.
Well, that was off camera, and now he sends
so
me
disappointed.
TikToks about it all the time.
I'm just so disappointed that it wasn't recorded.
I really do. I said,
Yes.
yeah, I do.
Literally, if there's a jar, I'm like.
And then
oh,
2
shit.
feet walk into the frame, and she's just. I'm such
That
a
was
horrible
disturbing.
boyfriend. I'm so
My
sorry.
favorite moment of all the videos is
I
like
showed
the
her
first 3
goatsy.
seconds.
I showed her goatsy.
That one was disturbing.
Well, the guy,
Then the others weren't.
They're all disturbing.
they're all disturbing. The only one I don't think you've seen is Mr. Hands.
Which he doesn't die from.
Not from that one.
Not
He
from
does
that
from the
one.
one afterwards.
Yeah. I think there was actually a few afterwards.
Have you never seen Mr. Hands?
Which one was
He gets
that?
fucked by a horse.
Yeah. Oh,
There's
You've
a lot of
seen-
I've
videos
never
of
seen
him.
it,
You've
but-
seen it.
getting
You've
fucked
heard of
by
it
a
though,
horse.
right?
I've heard of it.
You want to see it?
There's a lot of videos of him getting fucked by a horse. Like that was his
Why?
thing.
That was.
I
his
am
thing.
scarred for life.
In fact, the guy died.
You're
Like
not
the,
more
the,
scarred
cam-
than
the
him.
cameraman took him to the hospital, dropped him off at the hospital, and ran away.
I would run
And the
too.
cameraman fucking went to jail.
Wow.
It should have been in the right state, I guess.
All right, let's look for Mr. Hands.
Oh God.
Where
Bosch says Mr. Hands isn't too bad.
No, it's not bad, Mr. Hands.
Yeah.
good luck. The ones that are like
A humongous
super
horse
fucking
cock?
well known.
Getting fucked by a horse
Yeah.
or fucking the horse.
Oh, he's getting
No,
fucked
he's
by the horse.
guillotine fucked. If he's fucking the horse isn't
Why
even-
is
he
why
probably
is
isn't even
That's
gonna
what I mean.
know.
why is Mr. Hands on IMDb?
It's a 7.5 out of 10.
It says storyline. Look at this, because there's no video of it or anything. It says
Shock.
it says dude gets rammed viciously by a giant hung
Rammed
horse till
viciously.
climax. And it said, "Did you know?" Featured in Zoo 2007. Let's
Zoo.
see. It's user reviews. A thrilling documentary film which you will scarcely believe. I said the thrilling tale of a relationship between a man and his horse. At a minute's running time, pacing is very quick, but the main thrust of the plot is very clear and very, very deep. I've got a feeling deep in my gut that this film will split people, but I thought it was a grueling masterpiece.
That's how my evals are written.
The fact that
It
someone went
sounds-
out of their way to make
They
an
did.
IMDb for
Sounds
this
so
is
amazing.
is amazing. Is there? Where's the cast at? Is there a cast?
No.
Whoever did that, I want them to write my
Two
resume.
user. 2 user reviews, 10 out of 10. Both of them. Let's see. Warning spoilers. 4 out of 5 found this helpful. Let's see what warning spoilers. Let's see. LOL, 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 LOL. Okay.
It's just
and
a
then
meme
the other
account.
10 out of 10 is the fucking straight up. All right, cool. All right, let's in case I do come across it, I don't want to fucking get banned.
We don't want to show it on accident.
Oh no, he's not on that screen.
I know.
I'm not on that
There's
screen
no
anymore.
fucking possibility. I mean, you can have audio.
I don't even remember. Let's see. What was the fucking website that I found?
I
all
know.
this
You.
heavy
I
art?
thought you were
imagine
gonna
getting-
save it.
Can you imagine getting DMCA'd for that video?
No.
What DMCA for?
For Mr. Hand.
What the hell is going in that chick's mouth?
Whoa.
It looks like a Q-tip.
You are
Did it.
legit.
Did it?
What, are you talking about
fucking
here?
Porn site.
Oh, that's
With all the fat chicks.
I don't know, man.
It's a whale.
Yeah, this is heavy art. This is not what I thought it was.
This
gonna
is
be.
not Mr. Hand.
Well, the heavy art
This-
usually has shit
It's
like
Mrs.
that.
Hands.
Mrs. Yeah.
This is Mrs. Blubber, actually.
Yeah.
I think it was Pearl. I don't
See,
wanna
these
know.
are all reaction videos,
I don't
which I
wanna know.
don't want.
I don't want to know.
You do want to know. It's funny.
Why is that angry grandpa?
What?
You do not want to download anything.
This is what you... No, no, no,
No.
no downloads.
I mean, Reddit usually would have it, right?
I don't understand Reddit like that.
I'm still disappointed in you two.
Why?
That you don't know how to use Reddit.
Listen.
I know Reddit better than both of you.
Yeah, because I'm old school like that. What do you want me to do?
That's saying something.
Yeah, but our number of things that we know about that you don't, I feel like is more vast. Other than like scholarly shit. Like
Other
Brock
than
doesn't.
scholarly shit.
Yeah, like Brock doesn't know English. Like that's.
Reddit is not ass. If you know how to use
Is
it.
this it? No, it's not it.
2 guys, 1 horse. Didn't you show her 2 girls, 1 cup? Didn't you guys
Yes,
watch that?
we did.
eventually?
Yes,
Had
we
you
did.
never seen that?
I had never. Growing up, I had never.
I showed
What
it
kind
to
of a
her.
childhood
I
is
showed
that?
it to her.
A very,
showed it to her.
very. What is
Sheltered.
with people and shitting on Reddit?
Sheltered.
Oh,
Yes, very.
Sheltered.
Yes.
See, I didn't know how to.
Conservative.
So I didn't know how to use Reddit, and when I did use Reddit, because I was like, there was podcast Reddits where it was like people.
because you used it wrong.
Well,
Reddit
there was a
confuses me.
promo.
And you posted on the wrong.
No, but they said that like you could promote your podcast here, and I
We've
did.
already talked about this.
And I did, and I got fucking banned and then chastised. I'm like, I'm sorry, I misunderstood the rules. Can you explain what I did wrong? Like,
No.
Like, no, go read it yourself, you fuck.
It's
And
like
I'm like,
Groundhog's Day all
and
over.
I'm like, really? Like, you can't
I know.
just.
It always
I'm like,
is.
it literally takes you 2 seconds to tell me what I did wrong, and he was just like, you should have read. And I'm like, I did. I don't understand. Like, that's your problem. Maybe if you
I
had-
don't understand.
They're like, I was like, I don't understand like what I did wrong here, and based off of your rules, like it seems like I did everything right. And they're like,
It's deja
so it's
vu.
not
No.
my fault. They're like, it's not my fault. You have the education
okay.
of a kindergartner. I'm like, what? And then I said, you've been banned from the channel. If you keep talking to me, I'm gonna report your fucking Reddit. I'm gonna report you to Reddit and get you completely banned from the platform. And I'm like, Reddit is the most toxic fucking place in the planet.
Depending on where you
Like
go.
it
yes.
made me violently angry. Like it made me super mad. I'm like, I'm gonna dox them and go kill their family. I'm just kidding. No, I don't.
What? Okay.
That was a
That's-
joke.
That escalated.
That was a joke.
quickly.
yes,
a
it
joke.
did.
Oh, this is another one that we've covered
Boss
a
says
lot
it's
this
Twitter with
year.
rewards.
Twitch fucking news.
Twitch news, yeah.
Twitch has been in the news a lot this year.
Twitch has been on the news a lot this year.
which
Yes.
is pretty sure it's all negative.
It almost always
For the
is.
most part, yeah.
It
think
almost
there might
always
have been-
is.
There might have been 1, maybe 2, like good ones. But YouTube though,
I gotta take a piss. You guys want to take over this IP? Please keep talking, people.
No.
Keep talking.
We're
just
gonna be
we're
silent.
dead fucking air.
We're gonna be silent.
So have you seen the new Spider-Man?
Yeah, he made me go see it.
He made you go. First of all,
Don't talk about spoilers, just in case anyone in the audience has not.
when did it come out?
I don't know.
You're on a computer. Google it. I don't know when it come out because people get a bit of a grace time period, and then after that, like, nah.
Spooderman. Spooderman.
I'm pretty sure that's a different category of video.
No Way Home.
Yes.
2021. don't know. It doesn't say the month.
It came out 2021, guys.
It didn't say. Fuck it. Whatever. I don't care. Anywho, yes, I saw it. I thought it was alright. I'm not a superhero movie person. Don't hate me.
No, fucking hate on her. I want to.
No, don't hate me.
I want to go through the chat
I never
later
have
and see
been.
all of the hate right now.
I honestly kind of fell asleep a little in the middle. I dozed off.
We're not talking about Spider-Man spoilers. Don't do it. Ah.
Yes,
We're
less
not.
than a month ago. Black Dahlia. Less than a
Alright,
month. So
alright.
I think that's still
They
kind
get
of
them.
new.
They get the one. They get the month.
There's
The
still
grace,
people, listen, there's still
period.
people that are seeing Spider-Man for the first time right now.
Yes.
Like, give it. I honestly give it till the end of the month of
That's what I
January.
said. I usually give it a
Yeah.
month. Give people a month to do it before I'm like.
Yeah, we're not doing that shit. We're not doing that.
No,
shit.
no, I'm just asking. I'm just.
All
So
right.
yes.
So,
That
so
was
what
my
I'll
thought.
say is for people to understand some of it, watch Hawkeye and Daredevil to understand some of the things that happen in it.
Yeah, watch Hawkeye and Daredevil.
I've seen neither.
There's a lot of. There's a
Which
lot.
Daredevil's on Netflix, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
Daredevil is on Netflix. Unfortunately, it got canceled though. So
I mean, it was the longest running one. It went 3 seasons.
yeah, that is true.
All the other ones are only 2 seasons. I
Luke
think.
Cage was, and I mean Jessica Jones.
I loved the first season of Luke Cage.
So did I. The second season was like,
yeah,
I
the
didn't
second
like it.
season wasn't that great.
Jessica
Jessica Jones was actually super underrated to me.
I think the first, yeah, it really was.
Like, I loved Jessica Jones.
Let's talk
I don't know,
about
She was weirdly hot to me too.
let's talk about
Jessica Jones.
2022 goals.
She had like special powers, mind powers.
Let's talk about 2022 goals.
Goals like seagulls?
Goals.
Goals,
See,
like
this
a goal, like
What
a-
is your goal for 2022? What is your goal for this next year? I mean, you're not going to be here for any of it, so what's your goal?
To record the first podcast with you through Discord.
Oh, you want my first podcast of the year to be with you on Discord?
No, I'm just saying that's one of the goals,
Oh yeah.
to be able to continue the podcast. Just,
Yeah.
you know,
So
remotely.
I do have goals. I want to get more guests in 2022.
Yeah, and if I'm the first one, then we know it'll work.
Besides you. I mean, you'll be the testing phase.
Wow, that's
Um,
the test.
You're
But,
the guinea pig. That's it.
You're the guinea pig for our Discord
At least I'm not the
implementation.
hamster.
But I want to get Chris on.
Or gerbil.
I want to get Chris on. I want to get Bad Bear on.
Good luck.
Why?
I don't know. Just good luck.
I want to
He's
get.
popular, so
Yeah, I
you
mean,
might want money for it.
he want money to be on the podcast.
Yeah.
You never know. He's got his own podcast.
He's friends with Casey Cakes. Come on.
I don't know.
He's not going to want me to pay him to be on the
You never know.
podcast.
He's got his
You
own
never know.
podcast with Sweet Tales. Like, granted, they haven't done it in months, but
I'm sure Casey could put a good word in for me to like, hey, I want to try to get Bad Bear on the episode.
this made me think of earlier episodes where we mentioned her.
Oh yeah, I used to have an e-girl crush on Casey Cakes.
And
Before I ever met
there was
him.
another one.
Who didn't?
Who was the other one?
On Casey Cakes?
Yeah, wasn't who? Or am I thinking of someone else?
Who was the
You're
other
thinking
one?
of somebody else.
Who was
'cause
the
she's
other
not
one?
as popular as most other female streamers.
Who
What?
was the other one?
Who was Vi?
No, who was the other girl that you mentioned a lot?
Ginger?
Yeah, that was the other one.
I didn't have a crush on her.
Are you sure?
Because you're.
I was networking with her a lot. She was really cool.
Tony.
She was the one I dressed up like.
Was it Tony? I feel like
I
it was
don't know.
Tony that threatened
But I
to
do.
like, go
Anyway,
into her chat.
I do want to go into. I want to go get more guests on this on this podcast. I want to try. You know what? This is going to be a stretch, but I think I could probably pull it off to get Henry Cavill on.
I feel like that's a big stretch.
It's a big stretch,
Who was that?
But
but I don't
that
think
would
it's.
be your ultimate like.
Someone informed me.
I've even said
Henry
this.
How do you say it? Cavill?
This dude, Superman, Geralt from The
You
Witcher.
mean Geralt?
You don't know who Henry Cavill is?
Saying it twice doesn't help me.
What the fuck? I'll show it to you. How do you not know who the fuck Henry Cavill is?
Geralt.
I'm not a DC fan for one.
That Geralt of Witcher? Oh, you're
I
talking about
don't
his
watch-
other stuff. Superman.
There's
yeah.
very few TV shows that
All
I
right,
watch.
Henry
Oh my.
Cavill. This guy, this dude.
He's an ultimate
Well,
nerd.
I've seen the meme of him.
He's in so many fucking movies. He's in Mission Impossible. He's
gosh.
Superman in the
You got me
Justice.
started.
He's Superman.
His man crush.
I wouldn't say he's my man. I want to be friends with the guy because he's a huge nerd. Huge nerd. He builds PCs. He's a gamer. I'm like, dude, Henry Cavill.
his man crush.
And the thing is, he's even admitted he doesn't have very many friends because in Hollywood, it's hard for him to make friends because he's such a nerd and he's so like awkward when it comes to that kind of shit that he can't relate to anybody. So the dude needs fucking friends. So I want to
need them, or does Brock just want
Brock really wants to be his friend.
listen. I feel like he would be a good friend to have, because, you know, like you don't want a fellow geek to be alone. You know.
Don't insult him like that.
He admits to it.
Well,
He admits
there's
to
geek
it.
and there's nerd. That's not.
I was gonna say nerd.
And then I
like
want
that
to try to
better.
convince him to start directing movies and shows.
He's gonna sleep with him if he gets a
That's
chance.
what I said. God, man crush.
I'm a fuck him. No, I'm just kidding.
Man crush.
But
You might have to share.
but Henry Cavill, like,
it's Henry.
there's
Cavill.
here's the thing. There's very few people in Hollywood that are into shit that we're into. I mean, there's maybe not that many few, but that are open about it and are really good at playing their roles in it.
I mean, I'd fuck Ryan Reynolds.
That's because TikTok told you he was hot.
No, it was well before then. What TikTok are you talking about?
He's all right.
How dare you?
I'd rather fuck Henry Cavill than Ryan Reynolds. Let me look at Ryan Reynolds again. I haven't looked at him.
She's got to relook at Ryan Reynolds to determine whether or not he's a good
You have
looking
to
guy.
think about Ryan.
Yeah.
The audacity.
Let's see.
Deadpool.
Yeah.
That's
She
I know.
knows who
No, I'm
he
just
is.
saying- I was gonna say.
Yeah,
like,
he's cute.
Yeah. How dare you? Sexiest.
No, but Henry
sexiest
Cavill.
man
Henry
alive.
Cavill needs fucking friends, man. I'm
Matthew
sorry,
McConaughey, he's
but he
pretty
does. He does. He's a nerd. He's into the shit like
He
that
just,
we're
his
into.
face says, like, his face to me just says sexual predator.
What? What?
OMG.
What?
It's Horty Tub.
Oh, what's up, Horty? We're gonna
Stop
talk.
it.
Sorry.
We're gonna talk to Chad as soon as we're done with the
It's my
podcast
fault.
episode.
We haven't seen Horty
You're an enabler.
in like months.
You're an enabler.
That's not true.
Weeks?
Horty comes in every few days.
You're an
Oh.
enabler.
Well, I haven't seen him.
This is probably the most squirreled episode that we've had.
It's a year in review. There's really no
We're
topics.
talking about the
more
year.
than the squirrel
So
episode.
That's
so
fine.
so like
We're
I
at
said,
an hour and 40
back to
minutes.
the
I didn't
goal.
say there's anything wrong.
Back to the goals thing. My goals for
Goals.
2022 is to
Goals.
we are gonna be.
Pronunciation.
So by the way, for those that don't know, we are gonna be doing a little bit of a rebrand. So we got new logos that I'm making. I'm in the process of making it. So the Blacklisted Gaming Podcast logo is going to change. I'm going to be changing some of the overlays for the stream, which is going to include. I'm actually going to do it. I actually reached out to Artix and he hasn't responded.
Did you fill out the Google form?
No. Should I have?
Yes.
Yes, do that.
Is it on his Discord?
You can go into his chat and do, because I did it the day I had you rate him. It's like exclamation commission, and it has a link to the Google document.
Got you. So I'm like Alicia's been trying Adobe because I was going to get her Adobe for Christmas, but she wanted to try it first before I bought it for her.
Well,
Premiere?
InDesign.
InDesign.
What's the
No.
difference?
She makes a lot of digital. Like, explain what you do.
Well, InDesign is like
She makes
Does-
emotes.
not for that.
Oh, it's different.
InDesign is more like designing like books or magazines or
I thought you write
Pamphlets.
pamphlets, or you can do
Is it a
you
picture
can
book?
design stuff digitally too.
Is it a
What?
picture book?
No.
I figured that's what Brock would have needed, but
Listen, just because I fuck up reading out
But
loud
no.
doesn't mean I fuck up reading. Okay.
make it a
So
pop-up
it's
book
a
for
little,
him.
Yeah, it's a little different, but
Speaking of emotes,
you know what? It's been
Hey,
a while. And that
she
one you
made-
didn't like.
what one?
You had 3 emotes, okay?
Two.
What?
Two.
Oh, I'm sorry. My
The
bad.
2 that you made were great. Like,
Less.
You still have a couple more.
She made more than 2.
No,
made
she was
2.
in the process of making a
I
third
made a
one.
third, but he didn't like it. So
Where the
and
fuck
it
did the other ones
wasn't-
come from?
Huh?
You've got more. You've got like.
Oh, the
All-
other ones.
Those
he
are
did.
regiments. Oh, the other ones that of me. I made those
Yeah.
and turned them into a PNG.
Yeah.
I basically cut out the head of me and then I
No,
resized
not
them all.
that. The weird looking one. And then the monster one. That's like
Yeah.
all you had.
The what monster one?
There was a
let's see.
monster can.
A monster
You have
can?
a
I don't
raid,
have
you
a
have a
monster
G-
can.
Who am I thinking of then?
I don't
Not
know.
me,
I
bitch.
swear. Yeah, because you're.
Probably one of your other streaming fucking buddies.
Yeah, ones that have fucking emoticons or emotes.
Listen, like most of my emotes, I got like several that are mine. I got like 3 or 4 that are mine, and the rest are all regiment ones.
Mine, like I have them, but the only one that people like truly is the What's Up Doc one. Because
Yeah.
it looks just like, almost exactly like
The Looney Tunes one?
yeah.
I mean, better be careful. Warner Brothers might actually try to fucking sue
No,
you.
no, no. I was very careful when I went through all that because I made sure not to get that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, okay.
I got one that it looked very similar, and it just said, "What's up, Doc?"
Gotcha.
Because I knew.
So when it comes
that
to the
would've been a
rebrand,
DMCA.
essentially what's going to be with the rebrand is all visual stuff. So the name is going to stay the same, Blacklisted Gaming Podcast, because that was what we are.
Brock's getting a sex change.
No. You're about to be a lesbian.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to break the news to everybody like
So
that.
anyway, no, like so the logo is going to be different. Some of the
His
graph
genitals are going to be different.
I want to get into Adobe and actually start doing stuff what Artix does, because he said he did it all himself and he learned it himself. He says it's
Yeah.
relatively
He
easy.
wants to learn how to do overlays and.
Have you
I want to
seen
learn how to make all that
the
shit.
guy he's talking about?
Yes. Oh my god, his intro
It's
is
so
Yeah.
long.
20 minutes.
No, he just makes it go that long
Yeah. Why?
because it's pretty fucking badass.
I mean, it is.
It
Have you
is-
seen the whole intro?
No, it's,
Yes.
Yes, we watched the whole
We watched
intro,
the whole
and
thing.
like
It took-
as awesome as it is, and I will say yes, it is awesome. It's fantastic. But it's really long. And I'm like, you know what,
Yeah, it's way
mine
too
mine
long.
only really needs to be about 6 minutes.
He cuts it down a lot. I think the reason he's been doing that lately is because, I mean, he's been partnered for a long time. And he mentioned his wreck that he went through. So there was like a 3-year period where he didn't stream. And
Why?
he lost the accident he got into.
Well, yeah, he said he was going to explain that, but I ended up having to go to bed because it was like fucking
I
3:30
actually
in
don't
the
even,
morning.
I know it was like a car accident or something, but
Is he a vet?
I don't think so.
No.
No, I don't think so. But he, Spectre, the regiment guy that we lost.
Oh, yeah.
I got introduced to Arctics through him.
Yeah, you told me about that. You said you played with him?
And yeah, I played with him I used to be frequently, more when he was alive, and I was looking at stuff, I was like, dude, that's insane. And he used to have a huge following. Like he would have like
Who?
300
Artix?
yeah, he would have like 300 plus viewers.
He's partnered, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what I mean. He used to have like he was a huge following. There's YouTube clips that I've seen of his where when he did his professional gaming, when he was part of tournaments and like esports.
What happened to
league.
his massive following then?
He wasn't able to stream for like 3 years.
Oh, so everyone just tuned out.
Yeah, so people.
That's unfortunate.
So people like, yeah, I mean, they went to other streamers, which is super common. That's why a lot of streamers talk about the pressure to
To keep going.
consistently post
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
because it's shown that if you're not posting stuff, people are gonna move on to somebody else.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true. That was, you know what? That's another thing I talk about for my 2021 is that the consistency of my content has been much better this year.
I know what a goal should be:
What?
What?
more fucking TikToks.
Yeah, we'll do more TikToks. But the thing is, most of my shit, like, I don't find clip worthy to make a
Bet you'll
TikTok.
find plenty of clips from this episode.
Maybe, yeah. So when it comes to like
no
2021 is also going to be a change in the streaming schedule because I'm moving down to part time because I'm going to school full time, and that's
Who's
going
gonna learn to read, everybody?
That's start.
Woo.
Yay! That's starting in what, 2 weeks? School?
The 18th.
Yeah, that's in 2 weeks, right? So in 2 weeks, I'm going to be going
First day of school.
full time at school, part time at work. So I'm going to be
I'm gonna
working
take this
on Mondays
picture.
and Fridays. So the weekends are going to be between homework and making content.
I'm gonna take
Streams will happen earlier. No more of this 11 p.m. bullshit that
Please
I've been
stress
doing.
Rock.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I want to pull away from the late night streams.
Yes.
As you were up till like 3 in the morning last night.
4 in the morning. It sucks. I hate doing it because it's just as much as it sucks because the fact that my viewership comes from being up that late, and I know
I don't think
I
so.
know that I'm going to have a viewership drop. What?
I don't think it does.
I felt like when he streamed earlier.
Whenever I
he
stream
didn't-
earlier, like no one's watching.
Well, no, I
my
think-
viewership will stay at 1.
You're doing a correlation is I noticed it as the games that you were doing when your content was changing and like when we started doing shit on YouTube is like I drastically saw it go up
It did, yeah, it really did.
because a lot of the people have been sticking around
they have been, they really
other
have
than
been.
the ones that have already been there.
It's funny because a lot of my viewership started when my viewership started going up from playing Insurgency. A handful of those guys that watched me play Insurgency have stuck around and watched me play everything else, and they still watch like even the podcast and stuff.
Yeah.
So it had me realize that like I don't want to, because when I left Warzone, I wanted to be exclusive to Battlefield.
That's cool.
What?
That my favorite clip that I did.
No, yeah, that's cool.
Through the water.
So I was gonna shift my content to Battlefield, but then Battlefield and Battlefield ended up being what it was,
we know how that went.
Yeah.
and I really am.
You put all your eggs in one basket.
I did not actually.
Well, he never plays with us either.
I know.
Currently.
I didn't. I intended to put my eggs in one basket.
Intended to.
I intended to do it, but I didn't do that. I went variety, which I think was the best move because apparently it seems like variety is the up and coming.
Yeah, it's because it doesn't just tie you into one thing.
It doesn't.
But
that's and like especially with Call of Duty streamers, like their viewership has either stayed the same or dropped, and that's because they're stuck to one thing and their brand is based around that one thing. And my brand has never been based around one game. Like with the podcast and stuff, my brand is based around the podcast.
I think Tim the Tatman's like the one anomaly.
Him, Nick Merckx, and
No.
he plays Apex though.
Well, yeah, but people have already talked about him having a massive drop off and shit.
It's
like that.
his massive drop off is nothing compared to
Well,
like
yeah, of
what
course.
most of us would
But
see.
Tim's like the one anomaly. Like it doesn't matter what he plays, he has.
So going variety, honestly, I enjoy variety more than anything, and I don't want to call myself a variety streamer. I'm a podcaster that just happens to stream games.
Yeah.
So I'm a all around when it comes. If you really think about it, when you go all around, I am truly a content creator because I don't just specifically leave myself to one piece of content of one genre.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean. Yes, do I mostly play shooters? Yes, but that's also because that's the one thing that I tend to play the most. But I will dive into RPG games because I am going to be playing The Witcher soon.
You are finally.
Yes, I'm playing The Witcher soon. As much as I know that people aren't going to want to watch that, y'all are going to have to watch that. So,
Do you think fish get thirsty?
do you think fish are wet until they're out of the water?
No, I don't. That whole argument, I think it's stupid. But do fish get thirsty?
Yeah,
What do they drink?
air.
Water?
They drink water to make air, to oxygen.
They breathe water.
They breathe
The Witcher
water.
didn't take me that long.
No, it didn't take.
So
No, I mean, like me, poor planning is what caused me to take
Why am
the
I
longest.
thinking about
so.
fish breathing?
I don't know. That's random. Oh, you did try to play it. You'll get it. I'll help you. I'll watch. And it'll be earlier so I can actually join your streams. That's one thing I hate. All these late ass 3, 4 in the morning. I'm in bed.
We know. He talked
I
about
cannot stay up.
What is Bosch talking about? You left
Stop
your
it!
fucking sound shit on. No, I'm trying to make sure that I don't have like a sound like my voice changer on.
That'd be the best podcast episode ever.
Black Dahlia wins the hot tub stream.
hot
There
tub
won't be
stream.
one. I came for the game. I stayed for the Brockness. Tier 1 Zaddy. So wait, so
I'll
Bosch,
be
what are you
in the
talking
hot
about?
tub.
Because you're Navy. That's why you think
Why is
about
Bosch saying
breathing.
he could
Yeah, I
derail
didn't
my
say
stream?
the gender that was gonna be in the hot tub.
What?
I didn't leave all my sound shit on, Bosch. I have no alerts.
Stop reading chat.
Stop reading chat.
Is that? I think this was. Yeah, sorry, I'm doing it again. But anyway, so going variety is like honestly like I enjoy it the most because it doesn't stick me with one game. Because what if the game ends up becoming like shit, like Warzone? Warzone was fun for a while, and then it got bad.
Debatable.
Oh, you left all your channel point stuff on.
Oh, I did, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Just refund everybody.
No one redeemed anything.
Well, I don't have.
Please don't redeem anything.
Please don't redeem anything. And that the only reason why I say that I should probably turn that off.
You know what you
right
can
now.
do though, especially for those that are watching the VOD. Like the video.
Subscribe.
Like
Just
and
like
subscribe. Follow
Turn
for
on
more.
your little notification thingies.
Yeah, hit the bell.
Here's what I'll do.
Yes.
I'm gonna turn all the channel points. I'm gonna turn the
I was
extensions
gonna
off.
say we're almost hitting 2 hours.
It's not too bad.
Hang on, I'm gonna.
I still remember the days
Deactivate.
where-
Where it lasted 5 hours.
I mean, those were fun. There
channel
was
points.
so much
5 hours.
conversation that happened those days.
1 hour and 51 minutes. Thank you.
I still think one of my favorite episodes. It was the one you were super drunk on. That
I
like-
appreciate you guys for not actually triggering the sound alerts, even though it wouldn't matter because you wouldn't hear it because it's not connected.
Let's
to this.
ignore Brock right now. We were like we usually do. We were arguing about Skyrim. I think.
What about Skyrim?
I don't remember.
It's great.
Yeah, what about
It's
it?
such a
We were
great
both
game.
fucking
I know.
drinking, but we had a monumental episode between the two of y'all.
Oh, the one after
And
it.
he was like, "I don't want to tell you the story."
Oh
Isn't it
my
the one
god!
after it?
With a finger in my ass.
That one, the asshole shaving one.
Yeah, I didn't want to
We've
tell
heard
you.
that how many times? Since
Yeah, but I have told.
No,
said
but that was the first time you were finding out.
I heard
Yeah,
it.
I didn't. It was just like
I mean, it was
I feel like
fine.
it was too early to talk about.
I
It
something
was.
like
wasn't.
that. I
thought
wanted
it
to
was
give it more
hilarious.
time.
Well,
And then like you were getting weird while you were drunk, and He was like, I've been waiting for this.
She's never seen me drunk.
I've never.
She's never seen it. She's never seen it
No.
happen.
We got to make it happen before I leave.
Thank you.
I can't, dude. I got to get up early as fuck tomorrow.
I didn't say tonight. I meant like before I leave.
Oh, you want to get me fucking hammered?
Yeah.
So
well,
that
I
she
would
can
like
see
to be
it?
a part of the Hammered as well, but
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
particularly.
obviously. Are you having a going away thing?
Yeah.
I don't think specifically. I don't have anything.
Let's have him over for going away.
You want to have a going away thing?
The last time I was drunk
Invite
with you was my
Nelson?
birthday,
And Nelson.
Nelson,
and I almost
and
peeked in your car.
Keisha.
Keisha.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
I knew it was one of those.
That's actually short.
What?
I can't remember what her full name is, but Keisha's short.
Okay.
Keisha is short?
Yeah, it's
Of
a
something?
short version of her name.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yes.
Because
Let's have a
she
little
got
bit.
promoted recently, so I heard her full name during the award ceremony.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. I forgot she's in the
Aw,
Navy,
she got
too.
It's so
promoted.
funny because she's a E4 now, and so we were fucking with him.
Oh, yeah? Why?
Because he's still an E3.
Oh, so his girlfriend outranks him?
She's
Yeah.
higher than him.
That's-
Oh.
We were fucking.
No
with him. It was pretty-
shit.
I thought it was pretty funny. He's like, all right, guys, this is bullshit.
Yeah. In case you guys are not knowing about this, Doc, he's changing duty stations in January. He's going to where are you going, Norfolk?
Yeah, Norfolk.
Oh, that's
So
where-
he
that is
leaves.
where
He
Jesse
leaves
is.
in January. So this is actually going to be one of his last podcast episodes.
I'll still be able to do a couple more.
What is exactly your leave date?
I believe I'm leaving the week of like the 24th.
So the end of the month.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
the
So I
last-
start school on the
Sad.
18th. So you could be around for a couple more. Yeah.
He's gonna have weekends off. Hopefully.
I am. No, I
I'm,
am.
I'm not
I
gonna
am.
lie. I do miss the first 15 episodes or some shit when we were able to do them on Fridays.
Yeah. The Friday thing is still going to go
Oh,
away. We're still going to have
man.
to do them on Saturdays.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. That's not. I mean, that's still
My
good.
2 work days are going to be Monday and Friday until 10 p.m.
That's still not that. But I mean, like it was mostly the time.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
time.
Like being able to just bring a 6-pack, fucking bullshit, have the news, go home.
Because I was off on fucking Saturdays, and I was off
Glorious.
I was off by 2 p.m. on Fridays, and then like I ended up my
Mm-hmm.
hours and days kept changing.
When
Yeah.
did we start having regiment stories?
We started having regiment stories. I want to say probably 4 episodes in.
Uh,
No, earlier than that. It was probably like your second or third episode. You
well,
started
official regiment stories.
officially. We I don't think it was even really officially a thing. It just we started doing it. We just never stopped.
Because it stemmed from me and you always just talking about military shit, and that's basically where our audience has come from now.
Yeah.
Because we're just bullshit, it's like bullshit with your boys in the barracks,
Yep.
and because we were always talking about random stories that happened to us or that we've gone through, and then we're like, yo, let's get some other stories going.
Yeah. Like and you're talking about your host stories and shit.
Yeah, it was around the same time. I think.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm still fucking disappointed in all of you for not sending them to us, but
Yeah. What the fuck, regiment? Like you guys are supposed to give us like military stories.
and
like,
Gator Tim, looking at you.
Yeah, Gator Tim. I haven't seen him in a while. Is he still a mod?
I think so.
I haven't really seen him do anything in a while.
I can't remember.
But I don't know why I had a squirrel moment here, like as always. But so
we
I know
couldn't
some of you
imagine.
guys that are watching are probably part of the voting of the new brand. So I've been putting out a few new logos out there.
The one that I
The
liked
first,
was
the
least
one that was with the like this, the subdued skull with the gold around it. That Doc thinks looks like 2 hands next to the
It
skull.
does. It looks like 2 hands are like.
I didn't see that.
You didn't see it?
Not when I-
Bullshit.
So
Just don't.
I
After you pointed it out, sure, but
there's
not.
been some concern between the font of the logo
I don't
and
like the font.
I love the
I
font.
think the font was fine. It's just the logo that was fucking with
I
me.
can tweak the font on my end to make it look more clear.
I still don't like it, but that's just me.
I personally like. Apparently, that
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
the one that you don't like, is the one that was voted the most. But at the same time, it's like
Oh, yeah.
I like it, but when it comes to like branding things, and I wanted to like actually talk about this now that I got people in here. When it comes to the branding of things, when it comes like on just different platforms, on different graphics and shit like that, the subdued skull with the gold, like it's basically like the black of subdued skull with the gold on each
With
side.
the gold hands.
Yeah,
the gold hands. It doesn't look like a skull. To me, it looked like antlers. It doesn't. You can't. It takes you a second to realize it's a skull. So
That's not.
I think
that's why I don't like about it.
I think what I'm gonna do is the subdued skull with the ring all the way
circle.
around it.
It still looks the same to me. It just looks like hands with a ring around it.
I don't think so. I think it's more clearly a skull. I think it just gives it more like a coin look to it.
It looks like hands.
So I think I've
coin.
decided that I'm gonna go with that look. I
also wish that the skull was more. It doesn't look like it has like the metallic effect like your old skull.
I can change that.
Because I think that looks cool.
That was the biggest issue on that logo thing that I went through. I have to individually make the colors myself, and I fucked it up.
We can literally do this in Photoshop or.
Yeah, we can change the color scheme like afterwards. That's
Sorry, continue.
What's so funny?
April 12th. Brock has a crush on a streamer.
Is that the title?
No, that's in
Damn,
the.
okay.
It's in the. It's what were we talking about? That was our squirrel episode.
Listen, I hadn't met you yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I don't think you had.
It
was
met at
close.
the end of April.
Yeah, I'll say it was close. I know it was close because when we started talking, when he was on the dating shit, it wasn't long. There was only like a couple episodes that we were talking about it.
Yeah.
And then he had met you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know. Hey, you went on a date when we were talking.
I did.
Oh.
I did. I told you about it. I was
Yeah, we were
honest.
recording when you were on that date.
It was already scheduled for me by my.
Oh no, I remember
coworker.
that. Yeah.
The
What are your
funeral
coworkers?
guy.
He was so worried.
What are your coworkers thinking?
He was so worried about
The
it.
funeral guy.
Yeah. He was so fucking worried. When
I
like
was joking with him how like I'll text you to make sure I get home.
he was so worried. He was like, "Please let him be boring."
But it was nice. If I hadn't already have met you, then I probably would have still gone on dates with him. I think.
Oh.
Thank God, timing.
I thought it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny though.
Yeah, but I was just like, this would be my luck that she meets a guy and he ends up being way better than me, and then like here I am, just like, well, back to the drawing board. I was like, please God, let him suck.
Well, thank God he did.
He didn't
what
suck.
were the
he just
comments
wasn't.
that I was
He
making?
just wasn't as great as
that's
you.
right. He was dead. He worked with the dead like his personality.
Oh, I said.
That's right. Because I think I told you to say that one.
Yeah, I said.
You said something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
just like,
you're welcome. We're at the point now where I can take credit for this.
his sense of humor and personality is dead, just like his clients. Anyway, but no, what the fuck is? We're still talking about branding shit, but we can change the color and stuff.
Yes.
I like the font, and some people were saying that the G is hard to tell it's a G, but I can change that. I can fuck with that and make it look.
I didn't think it did it, but
I like it. I wanted to do something different because like the skull, I wanted to change the way the whole logo looked. Because yes, the logo is nice the way it is. I will say that. And there are some people that think that I should just keep the way
I
it
was gonna
is.
say I really like your logo now,
But at the same time,
I like the skull that you have now.
but I can't tweak it more than what it is now.
No, I'm saying I would say keep the skull, change the lettering.
I can't, and because that
thing that he used.
I'm using two different programs. The logo that I showed you was on a completely different program than the one I made it on.
Or just learn the stuff that Artix knows.
Yeah, I could combine them, but the thing is that look of that skull is what I wanted to change. That and the font. So the whole brand is an entirety.
wanted to change it all
I wanted
again.
to change its look more to be more just direct. Because yes, it is direct, but in the same way, it was the first logo I ever really made. So I wanted to kind of
originality.
I wanted to change it up a little bit to
Authentic.
give it authenticity. Yeah, I get it. But I also wanted to change it up to be more something that I liked even more, because since then, like,
Well,
there's been
that's
updates to the fonts, to the imagery and shit.
That's why I think you should keep the skull the same and just change the lettering, because it still shows you've got the authenticity and the roots from where you started. And then the updated letters shows that, hey, this is where we've come. We've updated this. This portion's updated. You can see that, but we're still showing where we came from, the original logo.
Well, no, that's why I kept the skull to be the same exact skull. The skull is exactly
but you're
the
changing
same.
the skull.
I'm changing the appearance of the skull, but
That's changing the skull.
That's not changing the skull. The skull is the same skull. It just looks different. That's the whole brand change that I wanted to do.
That's a redundant statement.
Change the skull. Change the appearance of the skull, but keep the original skull.
Okay, when you update it, and we're gonna update
When you
the
change the
Discord
appearance, it's not the
icon
original.
as
Am I
just
right?
the skull.
People tell me. I'm mind blown by this logic right now.
It's fine. Just let him do what he wants to do.
I mean, it's his podcast.
Listen,
but
the votes were
it's the logic
The
that's
majority of
getting
the
to me right
votes.
now.
The majority of the
He's
votes
trying to justify
were
it.
changing. They were most of the people said change the skull, keep the lettering. And I'm like, I don't want that font anymore. So
I just think keeping something original is what you should
keeping
do.
something original. That's why I said I wanted to use the same skull.
But you're not using the same skull.
It's the same skull, just it's
Just
different.
around it is.
It's
different.
this. It's
It
aesthetics
is
are
literally
different.
the same
That's
skull.
what it
it's
is.
just the stuff around
Same
it.
skull, different aesthetic. That's it. It's the only thing that's changing is the aesthetic. Everything else about the skull is the same.
If you change the look of my skull, it's not the same.
It is the same.
I'm just saying.
It's the fucking same.
If you changed how she looked,
We're not talking
it's
about
not the
that.
same.
No, we're not talking about that.
If you changed,
Regardless,
if you changed how you look,
there are changes coming, and
There are changes
I'm
coming.
sure you have seen the small changes we made in the Discord.
Yeah, there's been some
I haven't.
changes to Discord. Thank you for helping with that, Butch Master, if you're watching.
He did
and-
not help.
Oh, yeah, you
That
did
was
it.
literally me.
It was all you. It was all you.
Sorry.
I'm sorry,
He's
Butch.
thinking of the website.
Yes, the
we-
website.
yes, that's what I'm thinking about. He by the way, let's look at the website, guys. Let's plug the website real quick.
Don't
Does
want
it
to
say
like
it?
nothing's linked to it.
He actually
Yeah.
added it to where the YouTube videos show on the website now.
That's good.
see.
That's the main thing that I think needed to be.
We're
on.
online.
Oh, speaking of shit, if you guys listen on Jesus,
What was
if
that?
you guys listen on Spotify,
Fucking lights.
What?
Spotify
Yes.
has video now.
Yes, we knew that. He has it now.
Yes, that's true. Let's see. Wait, where's the YouTube?
Oh, I was gonna go. He doesn't have the YouTube set up or the. I mean, he has a link
It's
to
just
it at
the
the very
Twitch.
bottom.
If the link is there,
I don't
that's
think he
fine.
realizes
Before there was
this.
nothing.
I think
Here's what the
we're
website
going to
looks like,
add it.
guys. By the way, so like essentially what I can do is I can start.
It's about to be just
Oh hey,
Inception.
Inception.
Oh Jesus!
Oh, wow,
Podcast
look at that. Look at that.
Inception. You're gonna freak it out.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. But essentially, it shows the past broadcast, including the other one, and at the bottom of it is where all the socials are. So like, you can't see through Doc's fucking head. Let me move it real quick. See down there at the bottom, our affiliates.
Sorry, my
and-
head's so fucking large. Apparently,
So yeah, this is the website, guys.
We're gonna be putting up the YouTube.
what's
I
the
heard
what's
that.
the website?
And then we're also.
It's blacklisted-gaming.com. So
There we go.
I put it in
For those that are
I
only
put it in
listening,
the chat. Oh, that too.
am I the only one that's podcast before? Come on.
We-
If
what?
you go in the
I'm
podcast
just being- I'm trying-
description,
I think
we'll
of what
link
I
it.
what I listen to on Joe Rogan because he's got his video, and I pick up on what he always talks about to his viewers, because they know that there's a video portion and they
Mm-hmm.
pull stuff up, and he's always like, say like describe what you're doing or what you're talking about for the people that are just listening.
Oh yes. You
Oh.
right. You right.
So for those that are listening, I was showing the website. But the thing is, for to circle back on that, like Spotify apparently. So I found this out. Remember how I said that when I uploaded the video
Yeah,
that it was only on Spotify? No, it's only on Spotify.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, that video thing between Anchor and Spotify is a partnered thing. So Spotify has partnered with Anchor
Wow.
to let people that put podcast videos out there put their videos on Spotify. But the thing is, when you do that, you can only have your podcast on Spotify. So that's why the audio is only on Spotify, which honestly I was kind of thinking maybe because Spotify happens to be the
You
most
can't
popular one.
re-upload it or anything,
I can
and just
prob-
exclude podcast.
I don't know. I haven't tried doing that. I will try re-uploading the audio to see if it'll go on all platforms, but I do
But just
believe
exclude Spotify on
It-
that upload.
it might. I don't know. It might actually fuck with the whole thing and just get rid of the video and put the audio.
Do you have
know
a
what?
choice?
In the Discord, we will put a poll. What
you-
do you listen to the podcast on?
I don't need to do a poll
Yeah,
Why not?
because Anchor tells me the stats.
yeah,
Okay, what do they watch it on?
Spotify.
Okay.
yeah. Spotify is always
Spotify. It's like
Then why
Spotify.
have anything
The
else?
second largest is
'Cause YouTube is
Apple.
better.
The second
No,
largest.
YouTube and Spotify. That's what I meant. Because you have the video.
Right. So like they could
But
choose
no.
either one. Let's say they don't have Spotify, but they want to watch it on Spotify. The thing with Spotify, you could watch it or listen to it. You don't have like with YouTube, you can't close the app without the audio
Right.
stopping,
Yeah, no, that's
That's-
not. What the fuck?
depending
Yes.
on what it is.
If you don't have YouTube Red,
Right. So depending on what
you can't exit out of it and still listen to it.
you can't like it,
It has
or
to be pulled up.
or if if you don't have YouTube Red, like you
Or
if you-
premium?
or premium.
Or premium, or
If you
whatever
close
it's
if you
called.
close if you
Well,
close
it's
out of
only
it,
for premium.
if you
Only for
if
premium,
you
yes.
if you exit and without stopping the video, it will stop.
It
Oh, wow.
stops, yeah.
Or if you
It
lock
doesn't
your
keep
screen
playing.
stuff.
I,
But with
I thought
Spotify,
premium. I didn't even realize.
And if
that.
you lock your phone.
if you lock
Yes.
Spotify, it'll still keep playing.
yeah, yeah.
So
I didn't know that was only a premium thing.
Yeah, so I want to leave the option for YouTube, but like when it comes to the podcast audio, I think I'm only going to go towards Spotify now.
I don't know. I think at least cutting out Apple is a mistake.
Well, Apple,
what I
like
said,
when it
but-
comes to Apple, Apple is not listened to as much as Spotify is
currently, though.
currently. But yeah, it's one of those things where if you do Spotify video, the Apple portion is not doable. Because I think if I were to upload the audio of those episodes along with it, like I have the option of audio or video. I don't have the option for both. So
Fuck it, you can get Spotify on Apple anyways. So.
yeah, so like you can. So
Or they can go to
if we're
YouTube.
gonna do the video thing on Spotify, it might end up this podcast might end up being like exclusively only on Spotify
And YouTube.
and YouTube
And YouTube.
and YouTube. So
But that's
it's
the
not
other
terrible.
option. Who cares?
Not a terrible
yeah,
trade-off.
it's
Yeah.
not.
Not a
but,
terrible trade-off. People like the video anyways. I don't like listening to them anymore without the video.
Well, now you don't have that. You don't have to worry about that because now Spotify has the video, so you don't have to watch it on YouTube. It's encouraged.
Well, either
on
I
the
The
Spotify.
YouTube, so the YouTube subscriber growth is actually like not going anywhere.
because you haven't been doing TikToks.
Fine, or shorts.
Yeah, that too.
Shorts.
Short, even with shorts, even my most viewed shorts was the video that the
That's
clip.
like the most viewed video you
the,
have,
the,
isn't it?
Yeah, the clip of us like talking, like you guys giving me shit about reading, ended up being the most disliked. So it was the most viewed, and I think it
Hey,
was,
any publicity is good publicity.
Work-
That's true because if people dislike it, you may not see it anymore, but it's still
Being viewed.
improving the algorithm.
audience retention is also very paramount when it comes to YouTube Shorts because it doesn't see it like it's only got 5 likes, but it's got 700 views. So
I mean,
people are watching it and saying, "Fuck this, I'm out."
not a lot of people like videos, honestly.
No,
That's
even
true.
on TikTok.
Only
you get thousands of views and only 10 likes.
Yeah, like my most viewed is like I mean it was like the one of them was like 4,000 something.
This is
It's
the
like
same thing
25
on my
likes.
Instagram, the Reels, same thing. I've got
Yeah.
I've got almost 4,000 views on that one I did, and only like
25 likes. Some shit
yeah,
like
not
that,
a
yeah.
lot.
And most it's
That's true. People like it. People will like it
But
and
that's
then
in
just
any
quietly
social
like it.
media, even
Yeah.
posts.
well, so YouTube specifically, I think the reason a lot of people don't like a video is because when you like a video, it goes into like the playlist,
Mm-hmm.
and me personally,
oh,
I keep
on your
that,
YouTube videos.
Yeah, I
All of
keep
your
the
liked
liked
videos.
videos a specific playlist. So
I don't like that either.
yeah, because I'll go back to my liked videos, and those are ones that I really want. Like I know I'm gonna want to watch this again.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you add them to a different?
Oh, babe, I just had a random
But I
thought.
mean, that's just what I'm
Random
thinking
thought.
is people do that, especially the
no,
older
I-
generation. The only people that are really liking a lot of videos are people that are like 18 and younger
yeah.
that have known nothing but YouTube growing up.
Right.
So I think those are the ones that are always liking the videos, like if they actually like a video.
I like all of your videos.
Thank you, honey. Hey, did you bring back the fucking grill stuff from your aunt's?
I did.
Perfect. I was
We
actually
have-
just thinking
we
about
have
that.
gone so
Well,
far
we're
off again.
grilling. Like when her parents come here
brilliant.
after we're done with this episode, like we're grilling steaks, and I have no grill tools.
We
so
have those.
How do you eat your steak?
how do I eat it? Medium,
Medium rare.
Oh, I'm a well done guy. So
bitch.
Well done.
So you get your steaks like a hockey puck.
what? That's not burnt.
You like to chew for 30
You,
minutes?
you want to know? Let me tell you something,
I
dude.
feel like y'all are not getting
Most
good well done
most
steaks.
most restaurants that are worth their fucking weight in salt when it comes to their fucking steaks, they don't like. They absolutely hate cooking steaks well done, and in fact, they're more apt to fucking your order up on purpose if you order a well done steak.
Oh, that's fine. I'll complain. I'll be a Karen.
He loves it.
I'll
That's
make a
what
fucking
he
scene.
enjoys.
No,
I got it from my grandma. My grandma eats well done.
I don't like well done.
I don't either.
Maturing is not liking your steak well done, and clearly he's still
I like
a baby.
it with a little
Yeah, look at my
moo.
face. I look like I'm 12.
With a little moo in the middle.
Yeah, I want the heartbeat. I
Are
like
we
the
still
blood.
talking about steaks?
Yeah, I'm hungry. Fuck you.
Yeah, I'm hungry too.
So
I'm not allowed to eat until I go to Steph's.
So aside from the rebranding and the overlay change that I'm going to be doing, which that is going to take a while before I get that done, because
Yes.
that is obviously something I don't know how to do yet, and Adobe is
We're gonna learn.
a motherfucker when it comes to learning. It is not exactly like beginner friendly.
No, it's not.
So,
Oh, look, here's the only. If only you could smell it here.
what else do we have in review for episodes?
I mean, we
Besides
we went over-
Activision, Activision's been a fucking huge topic for months, and I'm tired of it.
Twitch.
Here we are.
all the
I
Twitch
will
gears.
say this: going into the new year, Bobby Kotick is still CEO.
The Epic Games.
Epic Games.
Epic Games.
The
lawsuit.
The banana.
Yes.
The banana. The
Banana?
naked banana. Yeah,
Yes.
let's talk about the naked banana. For those that don't remember what the naked banana looked like,
It looks like a fucking banana. First of all.
I mean,
I want to read, dude. I want to read the court transcript again. This thing was
Transcript.
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 We got some
Epic
cranberries up in here.
Games
Yes.
Lawsuits. Naked banana.
And they had to put they put pants on.
This
it?
is on the
I don't
verge.
remember.
Here, let's go to this. So,
I mean, I'm not. He looks like a bat. It's not a banana.
so Epic and Apple are now fighting over a naked banana.
This is the article we read.
This is why I
Because
want.
I remember the picture.
I read this transcript and I'm like, I cannot believe this is a real fucking court transcript I'm reading right now.
I told you about this and you're like, that's not fucking real.
So let's see. Here's the transcript. Apple attorney, we have in front of us a new set of images and what is the screen showing? Wessinger says, this is your matchmaking lobby. Attorney, and we have a large yellow banana here, don't we? In a tuxedo.
Oh no, I'm gonna read the other. I'm gonna read Weisinger. Yes,
You're gonna.
that's Peely.
Attorney. So I'm the attorney. And that's Peely, did you say?
Yeah,
And in fact, in the tuxedo, he's known as Agent Peely, correct?
that's correct.
We thought it better to go with the suit than the naked banana since we are in federal court this morning. So Peely's attorney, Peely's nightmare existence,
Peely's attorney. He has an attorney.
and the naked banana comment would probably have passed for a throwaway joke, but in one very important fact, Apple slammed Epic last week by claiming that it hosted porn. So they compared this naked banana to porn.
Speaking of,
naked-
did you know that PlayStation is the most watched console for porn?
Yes, I did.
What?
Pornhub,
Really?
PlayStation. The PlayStation is the most watched for Pornhub.
Yeah.
So on Friday, Apple attorney went after
People
an
are
indie
watching porn on their console?
Yes, there's an
Yeah.
internet browser. on there.
Listen, where there's
You can
porn,
put it on
people
your
will
TV.
go and watch it.
I guess.
So on Friday, Apple attorney went after the indie storefront itch.io, which Epic lets users install through Epic Game Store. This is a recap of this lawsuit. The attorney noted that itch.io included a so-called adult games whose descriptions were not appropriate for us to speak in federal courts, calling them both offensive and sexualized.
Jesus.
Epic Games Store manager Stephen Allison defended itch.io, but the exchange may have stung Epic, or at least in the best explanation I can imagine for what happened 2 hours later when Epic's attorney decided to revisit Peely during her own questioning of Wessinger. So I'm the attorney. I'm Epic's attorney. A little bit of digression. We talked about Peely, our banana. Remember that?
I do.
And there might have been an implication to show Peely without a suit would have been inappropriate. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Is there anything inappropriate about Peely without a suit?
No, there is not.
If we were just to put on the screen a picture of Peely, is there anything inappropriate about Peely without clothes?
It's just a banana, man.
This does somewhat astonishingly relate to the core issues of an Epic versus Apple. Epic is suing to make Apple open iOS, blah, blah, blah. This is the whole iOS lawsuit.
Which was a win, but also a loss for Epic.
It's just like the fucking
Well-
transcript goes nowhere.
I know.
It's a conversation to fucking nowhere. And we're talking about a banana. And saying like the banana is sexualized. Like, why? It's not wearing clothes.
I mean,
but it's a banana.
I sexually ate a banana at the.
I mean, I'm sure there's some
Milwaukee
people
hike.
that do sexualize bananas, but I mean, come on. It's a fucking banana.
If you don't eat a banana while
With a-
making eye
with an-
contact,
It's a banana with a fucking machine gun. We're really going to talk about it's basically porn here? Is the banana inserting in someone's asshole? No.
it might be.
No.
It could be. It's a banana, but
I'm sure it's been tried.
When you unpeel it, it's-
a banana is a phallic-shaped object. I understand this, but at the same time, it's still at the end of the day just a fucking banana.
yeah, I know.
And
I
that
love
that
that's-
court case, that topic being like a thing in court, like I'm like, this is a court transcript.
That was one of
and
my
people are
favorites.
arguing about fucking bananas right now.
I loved that episode. That was like one of my favorite fucking ones. Oh God. Have a good week.
What was some other shit that we talked about?
I'm going through it. We did the live one. That was a fucking.
Shit show.
That was horrendous. To never do
I
like that
watched
again.
that. I think that was.
Yeah.
I was Doc is back with another host story about his nocturnal stripper. I remember that one.
The nocturnal stripper, the one that was only out at night.
Yeah,
The
the
vampire.
The one where me and Gonzo were both dating their friends, and like they kept wanting to hang out at like 2-3 in the morning after they got off, hoeing it up. And I'm like, I need sleep. I work at 7 in the morning. I can't keep doing this.
Didn't one of them piss the bed or something?
No. She did coke.
Oh, that's what it was.
And I was like, yeah, I can't do this.
You're like, not seconds, but like
Tenths.
yeah.
You're like 30th in line for that bitch.
Yeah.
What about the fucking schizoid
No.
that had
I was first in line because
the chick with multiple personality disorder that said you were the father of her child?
Good Lord, that was the best one. That was like a 40-minute long segment.
Yeah, that story was so long. We talked about that forever.
Hey, I said I was gonna give you the full story so you truly understood.
And she had names for all of her different she had names for all of her different personalities.
Yes.
And the ones you basically
they didn't have a name.
You being the person you are only
She
stayed
had
with her as a
DID?
case study.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he stayed
That's
with
right, yes.
even afterwards he stayed with her because he was using her as a case study
Okay.
to like learn how.
No, I wasn't with her at that time.
What year was that at?
You were in the life of her. You were in her life,
Correct.
What year was that?
and you were still fucking her, right? You were still
no,
no, you
this
weren't fucking her.
was
not at that time.
before.
This is before.
This is when I was
DID.
still.
well
like-
before here.
No, it was after it was changed to DID.
Okay.
It actually has been DID for a long time. Just people
I know it wasn't.
don't really know it. No, I was still on Greenside at that time.
Okay.
And the only reason why she was still technically married, right?
Most of the time that we were together, yeah.
And you only stay with her because she was threatening. She was a threat to your career.
So
Or your command was
Yes.
threatening your career.
they tried, and I remember at that time that knowing her, I was like, I'm at a risk because she's fucking crazy, and she would have been the one to be like, go directly to my command and be like, I'm still married. Whereas now it actually wouldn't have flown because they updated it to if there's separation papers, like you're
Yeah.
actually separated, it's not illegal anymore.
No, it's not.
If you want to go back
It's
and
amazing
listen
that
to that whole
In
story.
2019, we got to the fucking. We came up with modern times.
What else are some highlight
But-
topics that we talked about besides your
Host stories?
Your fucking schizophrenic girlfriend,
Well, I fucked the admiral's daughter.
the admiral's daughter. Besides host stories,
So I'm like, do you want more?
No.
Oh, the naked banana. That was episode 53. Words are hard. Words are always hard for
Words-
Brock.
It's okay,
Thanks, man.
baby.
I mean, this was May 3rd, so we haven't really come very far, have we?
no, we have not. Thanks, man.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember any of my host story titles. This one is the sisters. I don't remember what that was fucking referring to at all.
I don't either.
FIFA. Why do we talk so much about
FIFA.
fucking
Oh, because the FIFA, the fucking FIFA was launched in a stupid state, and they basically they copied and pasted everything like they always do. Speaking of like EA and sports games, John Madden died.
Yeah, I was actually gonna bring that up when we saw that big ass fucking ad.
No way.
Yeah, John
How do you
Madden
not-
died.
what?
Hi, folks. John Madden here.
I'm more upset that Betty White's dead.
I know.
I am too. Hey, folks. John Madden here. You see a guy over here. He's running with a football. He's getting down the field. When he goes, he moves faster. Yeah.
The Steam Deck. Did you mean Stream Deck? No.
Steam Deck. Nope, the Steam Deck, the console that Steam was launching.
Yeah.
Did they actually launch that?
They're getting close.
Are they getting close?
Yeah. Because I keep seeing stuff about it on The Gamer.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
You are seeing updates about this?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
I mean, it could be viable mainly because how popular Steam is and how they're basically like the main thing
It
that
is
people
still
use.
to be seen whether or not that's going to be worth a shit, honestly.
I mean, if you got a handheld Steam, basically,
The possibilities are
yeah,
endless.
It's got possibility because anything that you play on PC, you can officially play on the go,
Yeah.
and that could be huge if it's marketed right. That can actually be huge.
It could be.
Depending on what games, yeah.
Yes, it could
I
be.
mean, almost unless it's console specific, like Sony or Microsoft.
I know, but some of those
Well,
games
actually, not
are
even.
like
Not
annoying.
even. It really, if it's just Sony.
I still want to download the poop
I
simulator.
still want to download.
There's a poops in it. Did you know there's a fucking?
I still want to download the Poop Simulator.
Is that because of your words?
Yeah.
So
Or
he gets frustrated,
I
people.
know,
It's okay.
Derek Zoolander's school for kids who can't read good and want to do other things good too.
Yeah.
I haven't
Was
seen
this a
that in a
school
really
for
long
ants?
What is this? A school for ants? Well, listen, we're going to start wrapping up the recording part, and we're going to actually get into the actual.
Get into the
We're
chat.
going to get into the
Oh!
chat.
Hello,
Oh!
chat.
What?
More.
What's up?
Because this was one of Nelson's first ones.
What was it?
Which one?
The nut and nap.
The nut nap.
Hey, that was your birthday night.
That was the
That
nut nap. So for those that don't know what the nut nap is, like, do you ever like fall asleep after you blow a load when you jerk off? And
No. Post nut clarity is my biggest thing.
No, like if it depends, you're just so tired when you spank it, and then after you come, you're just like,
I'm
doze
more
off.
awake,
And
honestly.
you just fall asleep, and then it just dribbles down your stomach, and you're like, and then you wake up from the feeling of it.
That's disgusting.
The nut nap.
It's fucking nasty.
Post nut clarity is the biggest thing for me. Honestly.
Post nut clarity is a huge thing because after you blow it, you're just like, why did I do that?
That's why I never had anybody
mostly
sleep
it's
over.
like you feel ashamed of yourself for doing that. Like, I'm such a fucking horrible human being for just jerking it right now.
No, it's usually when I was being a hoe. That's why none of them would ever. I would never let any of them stay because afterwards I was like, "You gotta go.
Pew said gator roll and sleep.
You need to leave." We're not at the point. We gotta close out the
gotta
recording.
close.
We do gotta close up, but before we close out, let's do our fucking fireball shot, kids.
I don't have one.
What do you
I
mean?
know.
you don't
I'm
have-
sorry.
Oh,
You didn't
Okay.
give me one.
Go get a
No,
shot of gin.
I forgot
Oh,
that
yeah, I have
you.
gin.
You know what?
Gin. Do you
I'm
want-
pretty
do you
sure
need a
this
shot
is.
glass?
Fine.
Do you
Is
need a
this
shot
two
glass?
shots? Is this one shot or two shots?
There might be a shot glass upstairs. Oh, actually, there's one in the cabinet. Can you bring that
This is a
one?
big ass fucking shot. I'm a bitch when it comes to shots.
Here, let me rinse. Do you want to rinse this out?
I'm straight up a bitch when it comes to shots. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, why? You
I'm
don't-
drinking Berry Punch Jack Daniels.
Show everybody what you're drinking. This is the shit that Doc brings.
I have
every
no shame.
Fucking episode.
I will drink confidently.
He drinks this weird fruity drinks and
Yeah.
it's just like drink fucking real alcohol, man.
Absolutely. Because there's what 6%, 5% in here.
There's less than what a beer has. At least
No.
the beer that I drink.
Most beer is 4%.
Normally, I
first
drink,
of all,
So normally I'd be drinking this. I'd be drinking mead. So this is Odin Skull mead. This
Most-
is some good shit.
most beer is 4%.
Most beer is 4%.
Most beers, yeah.
Yeah, it still smells like mead. Too bad it's all gone.
Bud Light. I remember Bud Light Platinum came out. They were 6%. That was fucking huge.
This mead is actually really hard to get my hands on. It's 19% alcohol.
I have no shame. I will drink my fucking female foo-foo drinks confidently.
It's a
'cause I
floofy
don't
drink.
fucking care about your opinion. I'm still getting drunk. Actually, I'm not really drunk right now because I still have to drive. But tonight, I will absolutely be drunk.
If it weren't for the fact that I got to work early as fuck in the morning tomorrow, I'd be doing the New Year ball countdown with
You
you,
know
guys.
what? I'm gonna do this for the first time ever on your podcast.
What? What are you
Doc's
doing?
gonna be drunk on stream. Hashtag they call me Doc FMF on Twitch.
Say, oh, okay.
That's the first time I ever self-promoted on your podcast.
Yeah,
I had to do
it
these
is.
ones.
I mean, it's fine. I don't care.
I'm usually not that guy though.
Well, whoever is on my podcast, I typically like to have them promote their shit. And it's like,
I know. I've just never.
it's
been
just weird to have you on here to be like, don't promote yourself. Like, why would I not have you on here if I didn't want you to promote
from a host
yourself?
perspective. I see what you're saying. From my perspective, I've never been the one that.
Well,
likes to
no,
self-promote.
normally I initiate, like, if you have things to promote, but I honestly kind of figured that everybody knew who you were at this point and have already watched you.
They know me as Doc. Ever
don't-
since the first episode, I don't think we've ever said my full game, like my social medias or anything.
Yeah, they call you. They call me Doc FMF. Like, they call you Doc FMF. They call me Doc FMF.
Yeah. Literally everything except for Twitter. Twitter is just Doc FMF.
Yeah, well, Alicia's taking a long time getting this gin in the shot.
Wait, Alicia, did your mouse die? No, we heard her. Her mouse didn't die.
coming.
Her mouse didn't die. Everybody, she's still good. Just wanted to throw that out there. I had to make sure.
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, I know the shot glass has shit in it. I haven't used it in a while.
That's gross.
I disabled the shots because I haven't had liquor to do shots of.
I know. I look for it every time.
I know you do, and I'm sorry. And plus, I'm kind of like scaling back on like the drinking, so I can. I'm on a diet. I'm getting myself on a diet, and this is not a New Year's resolution thing. This is something that I'm just like.
I'm gonna be on stream with
That
Steph
is
tonight.
not the shot glass I gave you.
Yeah, I know because it had crusties in it, and
Gross.
I didn't have a brush that could reach the bottom.
I'm gonna.
I normally
be
just
on
wet it
stream
and
with-
use a paper towel in my hand.
I'm
What?
gonna be on. I'm gonna be on
There
stream
were
with Steph tonight.
crusties in it.
Oh, you are going to be streaming with Steph tonight?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, she's gonna be a part of it. She's not gonna be on like the whole time.
Well, anyway, guys,
Oh, but
I just want to say this.
Since this is the first, well, really, I guess I'll be doing it remotely from now on. The year in review, though, I greatly appreciate being a part of this podcast, man.
I greatly appreciate having you here, and I'm glad that I met you and brought you in.
I like nerding out. I'm the type of person that like I hate fucking small talk. When people are like, "Hey, how are things going? Can we not do this, please?"
It's just like I want to die now.
Yeah, please shut up. I have the same response to everybody that asks me the question. I legitimately like wholesome, like real conversation, and the nerdiness is like it's even better.
Yes.
Get to be a fucking nerd and have
Yes.
real goddamn conversation.
Yes, I agree.
About
I agree.
games.
And I got to be a part of y'all.
That's why like having guests on is pretty tough because I gotta like feel out the person before I have him a guest because I don't want to have a guest on here that's just like yeah.
I can't confirm. He definitely felt me.
I did feel you. So anyway, guys, here we are. We're having our New Year's.
Too.
I felt you too.
Oh, that was.
I felt you inside and out.
Okay, guys, on to the shot now.
All right, guys. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy fucking New Year.
Here's the 2022. Fuck you, 2021.
Oh yeah.
R.I.P. Betty White. I'm a bitch. I did the half that shot. I'll finish it. I promise you.
I poured it in my mouth and
The
swallowed
shot.
it.
He's talking about the shot.
So for those of you who are watching on YouTube, have a happy New Year. We will see you in the first episode of the New Year, which will be next weekend. So love you guys. Have a good one. And this is the end.
video.
Like and subscribe to the video. This is the end of the recording.
Turn on those notifications.
And now, if you were here for the chat, we're moving on to y'all because we
you
got to
guys
show
matter
you.
more now because you were here.
You guys matter because you stuck around for the whole thing and you hung out and you actually showed up. So now it's your time to hang out with us.
You want to be a part of this?
Minutes.
If you want to be part of
the stream next time.
Yes, if you want to be part of the live episode, I didn't promote this one that much because I wasn't sure if I was going to do it live. But the next live episode, which will be next month, I'll promote that a lot better. So, YouTubers, we'll see you guys in the next one. Love ya.
Ta-ta.
Bye.